Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome to episode 64 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Preston Pugh, and I'm joined by my two best friends, Garrett Drake.
Good evening.
And Jacob Balka.
Hey, Preston.
Gentlemen, how are we doing this fine Sunday night?
I'm doing great because it's like old times. We used to shoot every Sunday night, so it kind of feels like it used to be, where we would shoot the podcast late into the night and then sleep for 2 hours and go to work all day. Sometimes travel halfway across the country and work all day, and it was just devastating. But thankfully, that's no longer the case. Do you know if you're going out of state tomorrow or not?
Not tomorrow.
Okay, so you're off tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm off this week.
Nice.
I might be going to Texas next week, though.
Nice.
You know what they say about Texas, right?
Everything's bigger there.
That's one thing they do say.
I can confirm.
They also say that the grass is greener there and the skies are bluer there. And
there's cows.
You can get the best milkshakes in Texas, specifically milkshakes. So and it doesn't matter where you get them. It's just milkshakes in general.
I don't know. The Chick-fil-A peach milkshake it's out of the other milkshake league. It's,
okay. I can remember
it's on a
from
platform by itself.
Sandy from SpongeBob, her reminiscing of Texas,
right?
Is, what I assume is like peas in a can pie, all that stuff.
There's three things I need to address about this conversation. I'll start with Chick-fil-A. It's funny you mentioned Chick-fil-A, Jake, because there's two things I have to complain about Chick-fil-A that really rubbed me wrong recently.
Where did Chick-fil-A come up with?
He talked about the peach milkshakes.
Is that a real thing that Texas has good milkshakes?
No, I was just making all of that up. The only thing I've heard is that everything's bigger in Texas.
Okay. Oh, so that's why. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, so I love the peach milkshakes. Don't get me wrong. Ever since they first came out, I was like, man, this is great. And I never thought in my life I'd like a peach milkshake because I don't really like peaches anyway, but the peach milkshake is really good.
Peaches are good.
And every time I mention peach milkshake to anyone except for the two of you and like a handful of other people I know, most people are like repulsed by those words in one sentence together. Like peach and milkshake just horrifies them for some reason.
Peaches and cream tend to go together.
Right. See, I don't think people put two and two together.
They're just very ignorant.
Right.
They're bigots.
Yeah. They're closed-minded.
Yeah, they're the worst. Misogynist. I can't even say that word. They're all pigs. But anyway, so recently this summer, I was like, man, the peach milkshake's back. I haven't had one in a while. Obviously, I'm going to get one. So the first one I get, very good, but way too many bits of peach in it. Now, don't be wrong. I'm all good with the surprise little bit of peach that comes up the straw. You're like, you give it a little chew and swallow. You're like, that was a tasty little bit of peach. But I'm telling you, Jacob, it's like drinking like a grainy soup. Recently at Chick-fil-A,
I can't get enough of those little peach.
I can't.
Little slivers,
I can't do it. Like I'm fine with bits and like yogurt and the occasional milkshake if it's like every few sips. But I'm talking every sip. It's like 8 bits of peach, and I feel like I'm just eating like peach oatmeal in my mouth. I'm like, this is disgusting. And I got to a point where I was getting so pissed driving to work one day because it's like hot, and this is before I got my air conditioning fixed, and I'm like trying to drink a milkshake. I'd be like, maybe like 8 bits of peach. I'd be like, what the hell? And I literally got so mad I was spitting them across my car like into the corner to where I could just get them out later because I was getting so mad. I just wanted to drink a milkshake. So I was shooting bits of peach out of my mouth. Peach. And they kept like getting stuck in my straw, and I take my straw out and it's like a row of just like the whole straw is full of bits of peach. And I'm like, who dumped the entire can into this milkshake? And it made me so mad. And that happened to me 3 times in a row over a period of like 3 weeks. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it another chance. 3 strikes, you're out, man. I can't do it anymore.
You should just get another milkshake there because they are just.
Now I've been getting
amazing.
Chocolate recently.
Yeah, they're all great there.
Cookies and cream is my jam there, dude.
Okay,
so good.
Yeah. Now I don't know if me and this girl had a miscommunication in the drive-thru the other night, but I went through there and I was just kind of in a weird mood, and I was like, hey, I have a bold question. She's like, all right, what is it? I'm like, can I get a like vanilla milkshake with like chocolate syrup in it? She's like, oh, we do that already. And I don't know if she meant like that's how we make our chocolate milkshakes. Is that how they do it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why they're so good.
They don't have a chocolate ice cream.
Right. Yeah. That's good because that's
chocolate milkshakes with chocolate ice cream are so chocolatey.
They're too chocolatey for me. Yeah. That's my favorite milkshake is vanilla with chocolate syrup put into it. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Other thing about Chick-fil-A that this is so bad. I cannot deal with it.
This is surprising.
Yeah. And it's not about their food. And their service and their food is always excellent. They're on par always, no matter what Chick-fil-A I go to. But have you seen their new ad campaign recently?
With the app?
I don't even know about the app, just like their ads in general. Like it's about their food and everything. Like they've revolutionized their ads.
Their app commercials are extremely cringy.
Okay, that's
Super
good
cringy.
because so are their other ads. Now this is what infuriates me. To me, this is Chick-fil-A selling out because they've always done eat more chicken with the cows. And that's brilliant and it's classic. And yes, they've done that since the dawn of time. That's been their ad campaign. And even in our marketing class in high school, our teacher was like, when do you think Chick-fil-A will ever change their ad campaign? And our teacher would be like, I don't think they need to because they're super successful in their ad campaign. They're like known for those ads. Like everyone knows it's Chick-fil-A as soon as they see the cows and stuff. So that's accomplishment right there. And I guess they're like, let's get with the times and get hip and like be in with the kids. So obviously their app commercials are like super cringy. I don't remember, like you were saying, I don't remember even what they do. It's just the dialogue and the things they say are like,
they'll be like let's order the app, and then a girl will come up and be like,
oh yeah, hashtag selfie. I'm like throwing up watching these ads. I'm like, this is disturbing to see Chick-fil-A of all companies doing this. And it's like, they have all these other.
Kathy's rolling in his grave.
He is. I bet this like his young hotshot son was like, let's get with the times. But there's like another one with who painted the Sistine Chapel again? Is it Michelangelo?
It's one
Da Vinci.
It's one of the
Not
Ninja
Da Vinci.
Turtles.
Yeah, one of the Ninja Turtles. That's correct. But there's one where he's like painting. He's like, they said I was crazy for painting this building. He's like, but they also thought I was crazy for eating chicken in the morning. And he just like has this smile, and it cuts to him, a painting of him like holding the new biscuit they have. I'm like, please stop, please. Of all the companies to sell out like that.
Well, I don't think, are they getting rid of it? Because I still see the billboards, and I think
I've seen the billboards, but on TV and on ads on my
Yeah.
phone, I haven't seen any cows
That's
recently.
true.
I've just seen these terrible ads. I'm like, Chick-fil-A, you're so good and amazing. Why would you subject yourself to ads like this?
I haven't seen any of these ads.
Oh, it's so bad. Just look them up.
I get the Chick-fil-A One, the app,
Uh-huh.
on pretty much 90% of the YouTube videos I
Right.
look at. Maybe they look at the analytics of like what you like and stuff, and maybe I've looked at a ton of Chick-fil-A things and didn't even realize it. So
Just want to take a glance at a video of a chicken sandwich real quick. Have you tried their new biscuit and the grilled chicken one?
yeah, yeah.
What'd you
It's good.
think?
I liked it. It's
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
pretty good. Obviously, I prefer the fried, but if I'm in a healthy mood, I'll definitely go that route. Me and Jacob tried it, and of course, they were like an hour old when we tried them because my mom brought them home from work, and then we woke up that morning and took them with us on the road. But it was pretty
They're
good.
still good.
And I've been in an extremely healthy mood this past month, and I'll tell you why I got in that mood. It's no secret that me and Lizzie's favorite show right now is the 600-pound. I don't even know the name of the show.
Right.
We just go, want to watch 600-pound people?
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, sure. Well, we finished the series this morning.
Wow.
And I was devastated.
How many seasons are there?
They went out, there's 3. They went out
Man.
with a bang, though, with like an 800-pound woman.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive woman. She it's just disgusting. And I'm gonna be frank here, dude. They have these lymphedema, these pockets of fat that just flop when they walk and stuff. It's absolutely repulsive. And it hit me so hard. I was like, dude, I cannot be eating like these people. Like I eat like these people.
Right.
So I can't do it anymore. So me and Lizzie have been eating like extremely healthy. I'm talking like I'm eating no processed foods. I'm eating no grains. I'm eating completely like if the caveman didn't eat it, I haven't. And I feel way better. I've been weighing myself, not like I like care about losing weight, but I've lost like 10 pounds in like 2 weeks. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. And I'm working out as well. So I'm feeling way better, and it's all thanks to the 600-pound people. You're my
That's great.
inspiration. Thank you
Nice.
so much.
Can't be like those guys.
Yeah. I got to live a little, though. So every Saturday, me and Lizzie go hard. And last night we had some absolutely amazing fried chicken, then hit up the Krispy Kreme afterwards. And it was a great night.
Sounds awesome.
This morning I hit it again and had some nice lean turkey meat with some caramelized onions. So it was
Where'd you get
very
it?
tasty. I cooked it.
Okay.
I've been cooking a lot as
Okay.
well.
I can't cook anything. That's
I'll
why
get
I
a
might
nice,
be unhealthy my entire
pack
life.
of chicken. I'll grill it in the oven. I like to have some zucchini, some squash with it. I like to caramelize some onions, some spinach. I'll make some like avocado dressing with like coconut oil, avocado, some garlic. It's delicious.
Great.
So yeah, I've been trying to broaden my horizons, trying to not eat as much fast food as I normally have.
That's me
So,
every
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I have no access to healthy things. I mean, occasionally, like I try to eat healthy during the week because I have no choice but to basically eat fast food for lunch every day when I go to work. So I'll either go to Pollo Tropical for like their grilled chicken, their beans and rice, and then I'll go to like Panera one day, and then I'll go to Jersey Mike's. And rarely do I go to like a Taco Bell or anything. Like I went to Taco Bell Saturday because I was there all day for a conference. And I tried that new burrito that we talked about
Did
last
you like
week.
it?
It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like it didn't, like you said, like they just mishmashed their
Yeah.
ingredients. So it didn't taste like anything new, but it was good.
It's really cheesy. I really got, when the quesalupa came out, I was like, where the hell's the cheese?
Right.
This one, I think they fulfilled the promise on the cheese, because the ones I've had are extremely cheesy.
Yeah, it was good. I want to try it one more time at least, because though I was like scarfing it down because I was in such a hurry, but it was tasty. But yeah, fast food, great stuff.
It is great. I miss it.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying I legitimately look towards the Saturday so I can.
Yeah,
that's what gets me going, man. But it's awful. Yeah, because on Monday and Tuesday last week, I was working, and I was telling you in the car here, like my sleep schedule is so effed up, dude.
Yeah.
I started working at 4 p.m. and I'd get off at like midnight.
Yeah,
because I had to work in this call center where people are like, working during the day and we can't disturb them and stuff. So just doing like the most standard AV stuff ever, like literally half the time we just kind of like were making ourselves work slow because there was just not a lot of stuff to do. So we would go out to eat, and there was a Whole Foods down the street. And I was like, oh, I've never eaten there. I've heard it's like a restaurant in there.
They have a good buffet.
Yeah, dude. So I went in there and I was overwhelmed. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Like their pizza looks amazing. These sandwiches look amazing. But I'm like, I have to eat good. I came here, instead of going to a typical place I'd go when I'm working and, like get a burger or something. So I would get like spinach and quinoa and mushrooms.
Quinoa.
It's kind of like
it's like
sea
seeds.
rice thing. It's really good.
Is it some exotic herb that you're trying to promote?
It's not an herb. It's like rice kind of, but it's really good.
Preston's
Awful,
gonna
dude.
become like a herbologist
Dude,
or something.
So bad. I just sat there and I was just like, this is awful.
What?
I can't do it.
The
My
quinoa?
concoction of stuff. And I was like, I need to get a dressing to put on this. So I found like this oil stuff, and it had literally no flavor.
Right. It's all very, very simple there. Like even the grilled chicken doesn't have much flavor.
It did not.
It's like strictly just grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Like no seasoning.
And I was like, well, at least I'm eating good. And like across from me, my coworker is just going at some pizza. And I'm like,
it was
that
Paul?
looks so good. No, it's Richard.
Okay.
It looks so good. And I was asking him, I was like, is that good, man? And he's like, yeah. It's so
How's
good.
that pizza?
And I was like, you have to fulfill my food, fantasies. I have to fulfill them through you. So I was over it, and I was like, oh, whatever. I ate. It's fine. I drank a lot of water to kind of just like get my taste buds off it, because I would like burp and I would taste this like, it was bad.
Yeah.
So the next night I was like, all right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and spice it up a little bit. So I got different things, different salad dressing, still tasted awful. Yeah. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is awful. I'm doing something wrong. So that night at like 12, I was absolutely starving. So I drove through Taco Bell, completely violated my rule, had a fantastic meal. So the next day I was like, I've got to figure this out. So I started going to Pollo Tropical and Moe's and just getting like rice and chicken and just covering it in like salsa, and it tasted amazing, because I hadn't had like a, besides that Taco Bell, I hadn't had anything good the entire week. So that's pretty much my thing right now, is I'm either eating like chicken or turkey and some type of like spinach or rice or something, and I'm just covering it in like tomatoes or salsa and stuff, and it's becoming quite good.
You know what we need to go back to?
What?
When we get the chance, even though their hours are atrocious, is we call it
Lake
mestizo,
Burrito.
But Lake Burrito.
Dude, I went there with
Lake
Lizzie
Burrito
2 weeks ago, and it was amazing.
Were they open?
Yeah.
They have the weirdest hours.
Yeah, we went on like on our way home from here, like on a Saturday night.
Interesting.
And I think she knew me. I think she recognized me, but I don't think she could put her finger on it.
Right.
Because I wasn't, with the girl I typically would go with, and I wasn't with you either. I think if all of us were there, people she'd known, she might have put two and two together. Yeah. But she was really nice to me, and I was thinking, I was like, are you just being like extremely nice to me, or are you I know you nice. But it was amazing.
Great.
It was different atmosphere, same great food.
Totally. I like the redesign they did. It's pretty cool.
What are they called now? Lake
Burrito.
Yeah, I know, it's a weird
I don't
name.
like that.
Yeah,
it's still good, delicious.
They try to go to the trendy route. It's very Instagram worthy in there. Like a lot of people take pictures.
So I could take like 10 Instagram selfies and
exactly. Yeah, they have that kind of aesthetic so that people want to take pictures and promote it. Yeah, how's everyone's week besides all the food we've been enjoying and or not enjoying? Oh yeah, funny story about Whole Foods. I'm going to say the only funny, it's not really funny, but like interesting story, I guess, about Whole Foods. The only time I've ever eaten there was when I was interning under a producer at a recording studio who's vegan. He's also British. And he's like, hey man, you ever eaten at Whole Foods? I was like, no. He was like, oh, we should go there for lunch today. I was like, all right, cool. So for those of you that may or may not know the band The Chariot, their guitar player after The Chariot parted ways was recording at the studio that day, and their drummers from another band that I knew that was a local band. And they had like kind of teamed up to do this side project, and so that was pretty cool already. The Chariot guitar players there, so we were like recording them and hanging out all day, and we all like walked through Atlanta all the way to Whole Foods and ate at Whole Foods that day, and it was just fun hanging out with like this dude whose music I had been listening to for years, and it was just cool. That's the only time I ate at Whole Foods, and like I was saying, the grilled chicken, I remember like grilled chicken, and I ate it, and it's just. It was like you can't describe it as bad. It's just flavorless.
There's no middle ground there. There's
Right.
no like good food that tastes good. It's just like so healthy. It's just like bleh.
Yeah.
And then there's just like the complete left side of it where it's just like really bad for you.
Right.
So they need to work on that, guys.
Yeah.
But
get on at Whole Foods.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into a little.
Never
bit
stepped
of
into
gaming.
Whole Foods. To be
It's
honest.
cool. It's a really cool store.
It is
like
cool.
it is cool. So I would like to go back there and just like go throw down.
If you're a
like,
rich asshole, that's where you should shop.
You can get
for your
groceries there, right?
Yeah.
It's not just like
it's like literally a
restaurant.
restaurant / grocery store. It's kind of it's interesting. It's really cool though.
You'd think I would have been in
Make
there
sure if you
before,
ever
but I
shop there,
haven't.
you tell everyone that's where you get all your food
Okay.
and
Yeah.
everything.
All the workers were so proud there. They were like, "We have the best kale here." Like I was gonna go buy Walmart on the way home, but I didn't. Like I had to wait till tomorrow to get my Whole Foods kale. Like I heard somebody actually say that in the line.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. But guys, what did y'all play this week?
I played a lot.
I did too.
You want to start?
Sure.
Go for it.
Platinumed No Man's Sky.
You did. Tell us a little bit about that.
My journey through platinuming.
Yeah.
I really didn't play the game to its intent.
I really didn't play the game.
I didn't play the game. I exploited it completely.
Pretty much. Only exploit. Like I technically I did, but technically I didn't either. I played by the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But I got like all the milestones and crap like legitimately until I got to the end, and there was one where you need to survive on like an extreme planet.
Right.
And I was looking it up, and like there's some people where I was looking at guys where they're like, oh, you just need to go to a planet where it says extreme and literally just sit in a bunker and just like keep a eye on your life support. Well, I would do that, dude, and I would sit there for like hours. And I would look at my milestone.
What would you do in the meantime while you're just sitting there?
I'd get on my phone, computer, watch, Netflix or whatever.
Right.
I kind of would just like roam around the house, like doing other things, and I'd check back every now and then, refill my life support and stuff. Oh yeah, I put like 2 + 3 life supports with it too. So I'm telling you, my bar was like barely moving.
Okay.
So I could go for like hours pretty much without even looking at it. And I'd come back, and my soul progress was the exact same. So I was like,
no.
what is happening? I'm just wasting hours of my life trying to do this. So I'd look up all these methods.
Thanks, Sean Murray.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, lied about this too, huh? So I was looking up all these methods, and everything was conflicting with each other until I found one saying that if you uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, had the game before there was a patch, which the big patch at the beginning pretty much like just changed all the requirements for the milestones, and the Extreme Survivor milestone pre-patch was just survive in general. So I started off on a new planet with pre-patch, flew up to a space station, and just sat there for like 7 or 8 hours. I went to sleep, woke up, bleep, the platinum was there.
Nice.
So that was my exploitation, I guess.
It's a great thing to wake up to.
But yeah, and then I was like, you know what? I like I said last week, I appreciate this game. I really respect the people that did it. I know there's a lot of dirt being thrown at Sean Murray and stuff. I'm not really sure he deserves it. I think that people, I do understand the argument, like this is a $60 game, this does need to be rated with other $60 games. I completely deserve it. But then like I'm looking on it at the side of like 15 people made this game, and people are acting like freaking like some giant developer made this, and like that, why aren't these things there? So I see both sides to it. I do kind of agree at the end. I think $60 is a pretty high asking rate. I think if it was more between 20 and 40, I think people would be way less critical over this.
Then if it wasn't advertised so heavily to do so many different things.
And I feel like in the beginning, that's initially what he wanted it to be, was like an indie, like $20-$40 game. And I think once Sony got a hold of it and kind of pushed it and probably funneled more money into it and stuff, I think that's kind of where he's like, yeah, there could be this and this and this. I think they wanted that.
Yeah.
But I think as, they're 15 people, as time got closer and closer, they were probably like, maybe we can't do this, let's still make it the best we can and stuff. So I really don't, I don't really care about all that stuff. I'm just kind of looking at the game, how it is now.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it was worth the money. Like I said, I still appreciate the game. But after platinuming it, I was like, there's no way I'm going to make it to the center of the system I'm in or whatever. Looked it up and was like, glad I didn't do that. So for him to be like, there's something amazing waiting for you, I can confidently confirm that is not the case.
Okay.
So I think if that's what's driving you, if you're watching this right now and literally the only thing driving you to play the game is getting to the center, you might as well just stop. You have to be enjoying the game for what it is, because that carrot at the end of the stick is pretty much non-existent.
Okay.
So don't get your hopes up for it. Play if you like I said, if you're not enjoying the game, might as well just stop, because nothing is waiting for you at the end.
What a shame.
So yeah. So
did you ever see anything like just nuts on a planet before you stopped playing?
I saw massive like lizard dragons flying across this like molten like place, and that was really cool. So
I went back just out of curiosity, or I was watching a video called Disappointment of the Year, No Man's Sky. It was pretty funny, but they were showing clips from like the original trailer where there's a giant like tremor worm going through a plane. Did you ever see anything like that?
No, but people have said they have.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It's pretty cool.
But I did look at the first trailer of the game just to see how it progressed and stuff, and it is interesting looking at like where they came from and stuff. So yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think I've hit the point where I don't have time to go back. Not that I don't want to go back, because I'm being completely honest when I say this, because Jacob and I did another Let's Play after we did our like impressions podcast last week. Yeah. And I genuinely did have fun playing it. And even off camera, when I was just playing by myself, I started doing this money. It wasn't really a money exploit. It was just a way you can make money really fast in a space station by like buying, like I don't know if you knew this, but you can go to a space station and like items that are very valuable. The space station have a star next to them. So if they have a star, you go out into the dock where all the ships are and you just buy if it has to be like a high traffic space station, you just go to all the different aliens and ask them, can I look at your stock? And if they have those items that the space station wants, you just buy all those items just over and over and over and over and over again. You stack it all up and go sell it for like 3 times the price, and you just make a ton of money really fast. And I was doing that because I was seeing all these big ships, and my ship's pretty much destroyed because I got killed by so many pirates and I was too lazy to fix it. So I'm like, I have enough money to where I can almost afford like a really big awesome ship, so I'll just grind a little bit for money and buy a cool ship. So I was doing that, and the longer I was doing it, and then especially after you told me like the end of the center of the galaxy or the universe, whatever, isn't exciting, and then you said you already platinumed it and like blah blah blah, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, what is the end of this? Like, why am I actually doing this? What's the actual point? Like, when I get the big ship, what then? I still had a lot of fun landing on various planets. Like, I jumped through a few black holes and was landing on really cool looking planets, and just like we said, it's relaxing when I would just throw on my headphones and run around a planet just mining stuff for a while. Like, it was fun, but the more I thought about it, I'm like,
it's the whole, but the same feelings we had about Minecraft are present in this game. It's literally the exact same thing. It's like, this is cool, but like, what's the point? Yeah. Like, I appreciate for what it is, just like I appreciate Minecraft, but I'm the type of gamer that I have to have a point.
Right.
Minecraft kind of does have a point, though. I mean, if you have a creative mind, you can kind of do whatever you want. And No Man's Sky is just exploring.
Yeah, you know? and that's the point of No Man's Sky, just like Minecraft.
I think Preston means when he says something to do, like a start point and an end point.
Yeah.
Like, you get from one place and you end in another.
Like, I want a reward. I don't want the reward being
He wants the effing trophies, Jacob. Don't you get anything?
He got them.
Do you know this man?
Done. So that was enough to push me forward, because I told you, like, my mind was set on platinuming the game, and dude, I don't know about y'all, but the game crashed on me. Like,
me too.
It
crashes all the time.
And I like, ever since the new update, the like 1.04 or whatever it was, it's like, holy crap, I don't have it in me to platinum this. And then something like deep inside me awakened, and it was like,
it's your no, you know what that is? It's your lust for trophies.
It was like, you're not going to be some bitch boy. Like, you're going to platinum this game. And that instilled fire in me, dude, and I was like, I am going to platinum this.
I can just see you like a montage of you grinding away trying to get the trophy. It was just like flashes of images, and the whole time there was like a fading of a Sean Murray smiling the whole time you're platinuming the game.
It's like wiping his brow, smashing cans.
Yeah,
man. But yeah, I mean, I hope the game gets updated more. I'm not necessarily going to come back and play it, but for what it was cool. Nobody can deny that the game is cool.
Oh, it's definitely cool.
So,
I was going to say, because Deus Ex comes out tomorrow as of when this podcast goes up. So thinking of that too, I'm like,
that's the first game in a long time, dude, where I like am getting butterflies to play.
Really?
I cannot wait to play.
Why is that? Just because you love the first one?
I loved Human Revolution,
and it's a good stealth game.
Yeah, like, dude, and just hearing, like I was telling you about the reviews I've read and stuff so far, they're just confirming, what I've wanted is like everything's been fixed. It's a great game. I read like it got a 9.2 on IGN.
Wow. The lowest I've seen is like an 8.6.
Yeah. It's I know it's.
I saw a 6
game.
from somewhere. I don't remember where it was.
Oh wow.
It was my review. I've had it early. It sucks so much ass.
I see. But I'm just so that's what I want. I want that. It's got vast decisions, but there's still like a linear progression to it. Like that's just what I want to play right now. And just I want that stealth gameplay, that just the hacking and stuff that's in it, just the choose your own adventure type of thing. That's just like what I want so bad right now. And just knowing that nothing's really coming out.
Oh, and I'll just grind through it again. Dang it.
And knowing that nothing's really coming out in September now, that Final Fantasy's been delayed. I'm just even more excited that I'm just going to have plenty of time to like just really dive into that.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I think it might be right up my alley in this moment too.
I'm telling you, you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I've been saying for weeks now. I'm like, I'm not in the mood for an open world RPG, which I'm not. And I know No Man's Sky has the RPG elements in its open world, but it's different in a way. Like we were saying, it's like
Deus
Minecraft.
Ex isn't really. I'm not going to really say 100% that's what this game is, but from what I've seen, I'm assuming it's more like Human Revolution, where it's just hub worldy.
Right.
Like you have a small hub. Yes, you can do side quests and stuff, but it's by no means like The Witcher. It's big enough and small enough at the same time to where it's just the perfect amount of like RPG that I want right now.
Yeah, you're the sole reason I'm playing it, because you were going on and on about Human Revolution, and it piqued my interest, and I did look at gameplay for that game, but it was at a time where I was like didn't have time to get to it because we were doing other stuff. And then obviously this one was announced, and we were all getting like, I was interested in it just because you had told me how good the first one was, and all the way leading up to release tomorrow. Once the good reviews came out and you were saying like you were super pumped about it, it has me even more excited to play it now. So I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm not like freaking out, but I'm definitely excited, as in like I'm looking forward to like, I get to play a really new cool game tomorrow. Whereas when No Man's Sky came out, I was like, I gotta find like a GameStop or something. Like called like 2 places, like, no, we're out. I was like, all right, I'll just download it. But
yeah.
So I'm looking forward to
Same here. I woke up on
it.
No Man's Sky Day. I was like, I'm going to get some breakfast, swing by a GameStop, get a copy or whatever. Whereas Deus Ex, like, I've Amazoned it, so hopefully it won't take long and I'll just be like, sitting there like all day waiting for this thing.
Right.
So, yeah. But anyways, and I played some Titanfall 2, which is that a discussion to like talk about
definitely.
that? Like as of now?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I really dug Titanfall 2. I had some not grievances, but there were some little tiny problems I had. Like I liked the armed hard point, which is pretty much domination. I don't think people were getting Titans fast enough, and I saw in the feedback and stuff on one of the developers I follow, they are addressing that and stuff.
Right. It's already patched.
They patched it.
So that was pretty much my only thing. I sniped a ton. Like I sniped an absurd amount, like way more than I've sniped in like any other game recently. And I think in a game this fast paced and stuff, I feel like you need to be able to shoot faster. Like him pulling the bolt back isn't as fast as it needs to be.
Did you use the other sniper that's in the game?
The twin barrel.
The whichever one that isn't bolt action.
Yeah, the twin barrel, and it kills in 2 hits. So,
or if you get a headshot, it's one.
Yeah, or if you get a headshot. The other one was just easier to fire. But I think in a game this fast paced and stuff, it felt a little slow. So who knows if they'll fix that or not. But besides that, like I thought it was really fun. I'm excited for it to come out. I don't know how long I'll play it in relation to the other shooters coming out, but I really like Titanfall 1, and I'm really excited to play the single player. And yeah, from the little taste I had of the multiplayer, I really thought it was cool, and I played a lot of it. So
yeah, that makes 2 of us. I really enjoyed the tech test more. I know we have another weekend of it coming up, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was. I didn't have any intention to not enjoy it, but I had like a crap ton of fun with it. And I remember I sent you guys a message, we were talking like, we need to do a Titanfall video, that'd be cool. And ended up we were all too busy. So last night I recorded like 5.5 hours of gameplay and got some like gnarly stuff. So I'm in the middle of editing. I was telling Jacob about this, a montage right now. I did a ton of sniping, a lot of like regular machine gun, a lot of pistol stuff, a lot of Titan stuff. It's just like a mishmash, a bit of everything. And it'll probably be like 3 or 4 minutes long, but syncing up to a song. But I'm in the process right now of like cutting up all the clips to see like what I do want to use and don't want to use. But I just had like an obscene amount of fun, and I was just massacring people because you play a game sometimes and you just get in sync with it where it just feels natural. Like you aren't even thinking, you're just massacring everyone. That's essentially what started happening, which is good because I recorded all of it. So I'm like, oh, this would be cool to just turn into like a little montage, and I think that'd be fun. So they'll probably be out Tuesday. Because, I mean, I've been so busy with work that I should have time to knock it out tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to that because it was super fun. And I look forward to the full game, too, and next weekend as well, because I know they're adding, I think, a couple more weapons and another map and everything. So the gameplay is just so fun. I love how fast-paced it is, and I love the verticality of it, like the grapple hook and swinging and running along the walls. That's what initially attracted me to the game. The Titans are super cool, too. But it was always just how acrobatic the pilots were getting around the map is just so fun. You can, like you said, you can constantly be on the move without slowing down with like the sliding and the grappling and the running on the wall, so you can always be moving. It's cool. And I like how they have the feature, I don't use it, but the feature where you can constantly be sprinting without clicking the stick. See, that I tried that for a while, but it's kind of annoying because sometimes I'd sprint where I didn't want to sprint and stuff, so I kind of prefer to have like manual operation of that. But
dude, I miss, my thumb is really sore. My bad thumb, which if you stuck with us from the very, very, very beginning, which I'm sure there's 0% of you out there that have, I was wearing a cast, like our first couple of videos, because I like effed my thumb up so horrendously by like stabbing it with a massive knife. So my thumb gets really sore if I use it like a ton, and I played so much Titanfall, and like clicking that sprint, the sprint stick, my thumb is really, really sore. So but yeah, I didn't even try. I saw that was an option, but I never tried it.
Yeah, but overall, I think the gameplay is just fantastic, and that's for a shooter, like that's what keeps me entertained. I'm excited about the campaign as well, but as you know, I love multiplayer shooters, especially ones that are like that. So I'm definitely excited for the full release. That's probably one because I can only afford, unless I somehow find I can't get a second job. I like want to find some way to make extra money to afford all the games in October, but I can probably afford like 2 or 3, and I think Titanfall is definitely going to be one of them because it was just a ton of fun. So looking forward to next weekend.
I told you when I first started, I was getting my ass kicked. Like I just hadn't played a Twitch-based shooter in a while. Like it's been quite a while. So just getting I guess my coordination back up to like a game like that took me around half a day, and then once I got in the flow of it, I was able to actually pose a threat to the other team
for sure.
But yeah.
What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, I mean, Titanfall has always been fun. This one just puts we haven't tried the campaign yet. I hope it's going to be great. That's the reason why I'll be getting the game. Excuse me, my throat's a little sore.
That's okay, you got your water there.
Yeah, I do. I'll take a swig here in a second.
Okay, good.
But yeah, this time around there's more weapons. Hold on.
Man, you must be struggling there.
I think there's like more weapons in the beta than there was in like the full game.
I think you're right. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna actually get not Battlefield, Titanfall when it first comes out, because Battlefield will be coming out soon after that. And like you, I don't have a ton of money just to blow on all these October, November games. So I'm having fun in the beta. Titanfall's fine. Like Preston said, I haven't played a Twitch shooter in so long, so I'm getting my ass absolutely kicked. But,
yeah, we're so used to like Overwatch.
Yeah, I've just been playing Overwatch. So I mean,
it's completely so far different. It's ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah, it's lots of fun. Can't wait for next weekend too. Because they're adding more stuff, right?
Yeah,
I think they're adding another map and another game mode.
Maybe a game. I know they're adding a weapon or 2 and a new map, and you can actually save up to unlock a shotgun in this tech test as well.
It's like 500.
I think I'm at like 300 something right now, so I'm getting close.
I'm like at 200 something, but I've bought a ton of stuff already, so I'm sure if I would have just saved, I'd be there by now.
I like all the not the attachments. I was going to say attachments, then I was going to say perks at the same time, but all the perks are nice. My favorite perk in any fast-paced shooter is sprinting while you're shooting. There's no more badass feeling, like for example, to grapple up to a wall, run along it, and then land on a roof and not only be sprinting but spraying your machine gun pistol and shooting like 3 guys. It's so awesome. So I love that kind of perk. But
Yeah.
I wish I could get some clips to you because I had some really cool sniping clips, but I don't even know how that'd be possible.
Oh,
so.
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a plethora of them in the montage coming, so
Nice.
it'd be exciting. But,
Yeah, I did see a lot of them. He had some good snips.
a couple of snips, you know.
I'll be the judge of that.
A couple of the snippety stips.
Of course, you probably attempted like 100 and only managed to get 15.
No, I actually have a lot. I actually have more. I could call it a sniper montage if I wanted to. I have to like cut out a lot of them just to have like an equal balance because I have a lot of cool like machine gun stuff I did too. But
I'm just kidding.
yeah,
It's probably more like 80.
no, it was there's 7 snipes in the whole time.
Oh, and you had
all
all
of
of
them are
them.
me missing 10 times before I hit the target. So yeah, you play anything else this week?
I don't think I did.
We played some Overwatch, didn't we? Did you play with me and Jacob, or no? Was that just me
When
and
did
Jacob?
we play?
I don't think
We
so.
did that video, and we played a little before that too. So
No, I didn't. That's like literally once I finished No Man's Sky. Once Titanfall came out, that's pretty much all I focused on.
right.
So yeah, just like I said, waiting for Tuesday. And then the next week, Resident Evil 4 comes out.
Ooh.
So I'll probably get to that once I'm completely done with Deus Ex.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sure that's going to be a platinum as well.
I hope so.
Have you looked at the trophies yet?
No, I haven't yet. I don't know if it's the same as the PS3 remaster, but I did platinum that one. But it was kind of weird. It's like you had to collect these model things, and like I don't even remember how you do that. So, but this is a really long game. Like I did everything on the Wii version, and that was like months of like playing. So I still, dude, Wii is the best way to play that game. Not even joking.
Really?
It's
Yeah,
the
you've
best way
said that to
play
me
it.
multiple times.
It's so easy to aim and just pull off like headshots and stuff, which that is essential to that game, is to hit headshots to be able to like do a follow-up attack after that. And we made that extremely easy.
Nice.
So
I look forward to seeing what it looks like. I mean, I don't know if it's just like they've called it a remaster, right? It's not a port. I'm pretty sure they've called it a remaster.
I'm pretty sure it's just a port of the remaster that was on 360
PS3
and PS3.
Okay.
So from what I've seen, it looks the exact same. So, but it's still like just the art style of the game is just like really cool. Probably the last for now actually kind of creepy Resident Evil game. But since 5 and 6, 7 actually looks pretty freaking scary.
It does, yeah.
So, but yeah. That's all I played. Did you guys play anything else?
I did. I played a couple more things. I played Tricky Towers. You remember we talked about it a couple weeks ago. It was free.
A free game.
It's free, yeah. And I just downloaded it because of the art of it. When I was just in the PlayStation Store, I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So it was free. I downloaded it, and I played it for about half an hour because Casey was working on something. So I was just sitting there playing it, and I thought it was awesome because it's like I don't know if you knew this. It's like a spin off of what's it called? Whenever we do podcasts, my brain shuts off. The game where you have the blocks and you spin them
Jenga?
around. No, not Jenga. What's it called?
Tetris.
Yeah. Tetris, that's what it is.
Oh,
It's
really?
a spin-off of Tetris. For example, there's different like game modes. It's like just one after the, it's meant to be like local co-op or online if you want, but for example, there's one where it's like reach the finish line before the timer runs out. So there's like a platform and then there's a finish line up high in the sky, and you have to build your Tetris blocks to reach the finish line before the timer runs out. And that means like you don't have to stack them perfectly to get points. It's like stack them whatever way you can to get to the top before the timer runs out. So you have these blocks just doing all these weird things laying on each other trying to get to the top. And for example, like you'll do like your last piece and it'll be like balancing and it'll like cross the finish line, but it has to balance there for 3 seconds before it like counts as a win. So for example, I'd get my piece all the way past the finish line and be like leaning and be like 3, 2, 1, and then like go under the finish line right before the timer runs out, and I'd fail and my whole tower would crash down. I'd be like, no! But I think it'd be hilarious let's play if we did like local co-op of the game, because there's a bunch of different modifiers like that were really fun. But it was interesting because it was just kind of like a spin off of original Tetris in a fun, artistic, colorful way. So I enjoyed playing that a little bit. I don't know if I'll go back to it for fun because obviously Deus Ex is coming out. But if we do like a random Let's Play, I think that could be really funny if we did that. But played some more Prince of Persia, Revelations, also known as Warrior Within on Vita, and I'm about 3/4 of the way through that game now. Because whenever I work, if I have like 20 minutes to do nothing, I'll just play some more of it. And I got stuck at this one part, and this is hilarious, to where I was just so confused because I had put it down for like a week and hadn't gone back to it. It's like, where am I? Because there's a lot of back and forth in that game. So I'm like, I have no idea where I'm supposed to be. So I like tried looking it up. I found a forum string of forums from 2004. Like 12 years ago, I go in and all these people are arguing about where to go and where not to go, and just like the one guy that's like, man, the Empress is so hot in this game, and like, it was just weird reading it from 2004. I was like 12 years old. I'm like this kid in 2016, like, where do I go in Warrior Within? But I thought that was funny when I came across all these people arguing about where you're supposed to go and where not to go. So it didn't help me at all. I just thought it was funny that it was from 2004. But that's all I really played, was just, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Titanfall and all that. But you guys saw the last Bastion animated short, right, for Overwatch?
I have not.
I've never seen
any Overwatch short.
Dude, holy crap, they're so good. It just makes you love the game even more. It's just every time I play the game now when I look at Bastion, I just have this thought in the back of my head. I'm like, what a robot, And that's probably my favorite animated short so far. All of them are phenomenal, but I loved just the way they showed how Bastion is, and that he's just like this robot that's used to war. That's really cool. And like I said, the coolest part is when he's in that open field and he has the flashback of the war, and it's like fire and explosions, and you see like 800 Bastions shooting their turrets, and Reinhardt throws down his shield and is like blocking all these soldiers. I'm like, that is the freaking coolest thing I've ever seen. That's why all the shorts, like, I love how, I mean, this is obvious, but they give you a glimpse into these characters' backstories and help you get to know them a little better. So not only when you're playing as them on the battlefield and they talk to each other, you kind of have an idea of where they've come from. And all of us are keeping our fingers crossed that, think of it as like anthology films that are short for all the characters, building up to like a final feature film of Overwatch. That'd be cool.
Yeah, they are making like a graphic novel for the like original Overwatch team.
Oh, that's awesome. So, I've heard there's like a comic series that's either in the works or has been coming out. That's nothing like huge, but there is a comic series. But I haven't heard about the graphic novel. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
I love reading about the characters and stuff. It's just, I don't know how to describe why Overwatch is so good. It's just awesome. Like, every time I play it, it's just a blast. So, loved the last Bastion. I look forward to seeing more animated shorts.
I thought it was good, but it's not as good as the Shimada Brothers video.
I like that one too. I don't know, something about it was just so heartwarming in the Bastion one. It was like heartwarming and sad, and like had all the emotions in it. That's why I liked it. Mm-hmm. So it was cool.
Yeah. Did you see the new map? The trailer?
I did. Yeah. What do you think about it?
I think it's really cool.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of little cool little tidbits in there from the trailer too.
I like how the payload like punches the door open at the castle. Not punches, cool. But knocks it down.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I look forward to playing on that. That's coming relatively soon, isn't it?
I think September.
Okay, yeah, so pretty soon. That's cool.
Along with a bunch of skins and stuff.
Yeah, did you ever look at the Reinhardt skin I was telling you about?
No.
Let me show it to you real quick. You guys want to talk about Overwatch for like 30 seconds while I pull this up? Because this is worth showing to Jacob. I want to get his genuine reaction.
Okay. Preston,
Preston, how come every time, like 90% of the time we invite you to Overwatch, you don't respond to us?
On text? Like when you text me to play?
Yes.
I guess.
90% of the time, I'm not home. And I genuinely forget to text you.
Why don't you play on your Vita?
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure that would work out. Overwatch is cool.
It's understandable.
That's all I can say.
That's pretty much all I played this week.
Really?
I put down No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
The last time it kicked me from the game, I was like, you know what? I've had it. I'm done playing No Man's Sky. I've wasted $60. I'm pissed. But that looks cool.
It does look awesome.
Is that the same skin that the guy's wearing? Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know if it is or not, but that is real. And that looks so awesome.
So awesome.
Super cool Reinhardt skin. If you guys haven't seen it, just type in like new Reinhardt leaked legendary skin. It looks so cool. He has like a giant mace with spikes on it and the golden armor, and the helmet looks really cool.
I never have fun when I play him.
You never have fun? Me neither. I think Reinhardt's very boring to play as.
I think Zarya is much
He's
more
a necessity.
Fun.
He is a necessity, yeah. Whoever plays as him, it's a valiant sacrifice, and I always appreciate them. I always salute them as I'm flying through the sky as Pharah.
Because best case scenario, you literally just sit there and nothing bad happens.
Right.
So yeah. And when crap hits the fan, it's really hard, in my opinion, to like do something as Reinhardt. Right. So I might just suck.
If you're surrounded,
probably the case.
I mean, if you're like surrounded as Reinhardt, you're done.
Yeah.
But he's good at blocking stuff.
Yeah, he is. You're right. That shield is good for blocking.
Until it breaks.
Yeah. There's so much heart put into that game that that's what I love about it. It's just all the heart that's put into it. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but I watched the history of Overwatch, like how it kind of came about and everything. I don't know if you guys heard this story, but there's a fan who had obviously played the beta and was like a huge fan of Blizzard.
Was it the Chinese guy?
Yeah, who died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard about what they did for him? Like, it was, I don't know why, but it was like so emotional when they were like, when they said they put the spacesuit with like his name on it and stuff in that one map, and then like in Japanese it said heroes never die on it. I was like, that's so awesome.
Chinese, Garrett, they're different.
What?
Their languages.
What did I say?
Japanese.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I could have sworn I said
it's
Chinese.
really offensive.
Yeah, sorry guys. I have no respect for other cultures except American. That's it. I hope everyone knows I'm kidding when I say that. But yeah, that's all I played. So I had a great week of video games despite being incredibly busy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
So, man, what's the news?
The news, boys. There's plenty to go around. A lot of exciting stuff. Mostly Gamescom news, which we'll get to is the main topic of this week. But to start off, we've seen that Nuka World, the Fallout 4 DLC, is coming August 30th. So is that
next Tuesday.
That's right.
I'm so excited.
Are you? You don't seem like you're that
No, I'm
excited.
not.
You're not going to play it?
No.
I understand.
Jacob, get the hell out of here, dude.
I can't wait to go
my
to a
blind
video
love
game
for Fallout will
video
never
game
die.
theme park.
Nuka World
It's
looks
so great.
dope as hell.
It does. I'm excited about it.
to play that. Gotta finish. I've tried to finish Fallout 4 this week.
Yeah.
I got to the Minecraft part and was like, what the hell is this? I want to shoot stuff.
Right.
So, yeah. I got like through the first memory and I was like, how many of these are there?
Oh, dude. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That is the worst thing that's ever been in a Bethesda game.
Really?
Did you finish it?
No, I did I did one and I was like, oh, is that it? And then I saw there was like
Preston,
5 more left.
There's 5. And they get longer and longer.
And you got to get the little termites all the way to the end.
It is.
Should I finish it or should I
just don't
quit and then just go to Nuka
Don't
World?
even do it.
When I was playing that, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I cannot believe they thought this was fun. Who was designing this and played it and were like, yeah, that's super fun. Like, what the hell? I was like, this is, and that's the thing, it wasn't hard.
It went through, that's the thing, their DLC goes through beta first. So it went through some beta players.
And they're like, this is awesome. There's probably a bunch of like 4-year-olds that are obsessed with Minecraft. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they probably beta tested with a bunch of 12-year-olds that come home from elementary school and eat Oreos and play Minecraft with their friends for 6 hours. Probably beta tested it, but that's the thing. It also was annoying because sometimes it get hung up, and I was reading online that a ton of people were getting glitched and freaking out. They're like, what the hell, Bethesda? This is so stupid.
That's what sucks, dude. It's because I told y'all last week, I stuck it back in, it lagged a little bit, and it just pissed me off so much I turned it off. But I was like, no, dude, I know underneath this lag is a freaking awesome game. So I persevered through it. I finished all these quest lines I had. I went and talked to the army men in front of the nucleus or whatever the hell it's called, and I went and did their quest, and I was like, this is cool. I walked in there, I went through a little mini dungeon to get to Dima's memory, and I was killing things, and I was like, yes, I'm getting back into this. And then screech, it just slams on the brakes, and I go to this Minecraft shit, and it pissed me off, and I turned it off and went back to No Man's Sky.
Dude, yeah, No Man's Sky's way better of a Minecraft experience.
So I was thinking, I was like, there's no way I'm getting back to it with Deus Ex coming out, so I'm probably just gonna leave the memory, leave Far Harbor with my middle finger in the air, and just go to Nuka World and play
that was the one that was supposed to be great.
Yeah, well, Nuka World's going to be way better.
Nuka World looks
going to be awesome.
Way better, dude.
I'm really excited about it.
Unless there's some like building crap in like Nuka Land or whatever.
Well, I hope you get
building a roller
you know me. I
coaster
hope
or
there's the
something.
building stuff, and I know Felipe is with
Give me
too
a
in
cool
that sense.
storyline and let me kill some stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Well, I hope you get your fair share of
I'm fine with
Nukas.
that crap. If that was like a side quest, the Minecraft stuff.
That's a main quest?
Yes.
Oh,
you have to progress
man.
the story because that's like one of the robot man's memories.
It was
getting
so
like that.
boring. I was like, I cannot believe this is in here. I don't even know what was like pushing me to finish it. I was just the whole time I was like laughing at how bored I was. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if it wasn't like so laggy and glitched up every now and then, like I wouldn't be that annoyed. But when the bugs would have a clear path and they would just sit there, I'm like, fucking move! What are you doing? I'm like Home Alone screaming at my screen, playing Fallout 4 of all things, the last game you'd ever think I'd scream at. But I was pretty frustrated. But Nuka World I'm also excited about because I get to show off my new fortress that I've added a lot onto. I know I've always shown off my fortress, but it's grown significantly over time. And Felipe, you told me months ago about the trick to where if you like drop all of the crap out of your workshop and then pick it back up, it gives you more space. So, and you were right, Preston. You remember back in the day, I was like, man, if you can do that, it must, like, why would they just not let you build as much as you want? I got to a point where when I'm in my sanctuary, I've dropped like 5 frames. Like every time I'm there, it isn't laggy, but you can definitely tell it's framey. It's probably running at like 20 frames a second.
Neo's gonna save us. It's our savior for Fallout 4.
I really amped it up, and I'm excited to show that off in addition to whatever we do in Nuka World. I still haven't built a vault yet. I forgot that came out, and I am interested in trying that, but we have, like we said, so much stuff coming out.
Dude, if I could have told past Preston during the Fallout reveal, I'm like, dude, there's gonna be DLC that comes out that you aren't even gonna finish all the trophies.
Right.
I would have said, you're insane.
Right.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah.
You're a crazy man from the future.
Yeah.
But here I am.
I'll never be you. You'll be like James
future,
McAvoy from X-Men Days of Future Past. He's like, I don't want your future. Whatever he says. That's what you're like.
Pretty much, but it's like when I see the contraptions DLC in the Wild Wasteland and the Vault Tech, I'm like, oh, I do not want to.
I get excited about that stuff.
Is that Professor X that says that?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what else he says, but that's exactly what you were like in that sense. But at least we all platinumed the core vanilla Fallout 4.
I have to let that go. As much as I love trophies, like as long as I can see the platinum, because the first one that really irritated me was Arkham Knight, whereas I have the platinum and I only have 51% of the trophies.
Oh my God.
Because of all the DLC.
Yeah, because my bar is halfway there. I was like, I gotta let that go.
Yeah.
And then I platinumed every Uncharted game, and there was like bonus trophies like beat the game under this many hours and stuff, and it's like, so I only have 80% of the trophies, but I have the platinum. Same thing with The Witcher. I'd have to go back and completely replay Hearts of Stone, making certain choices to get 100% in that particular DLC. So I've learned to just leave it at platinum is good enough to me.
Right.
So and that's kind of where Fallout 4 is gonna end up, unfortunately. So
yeah, I've gotten to a point where I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying this. I should have not brought this up, but now I have to say it because I already said something. I was like, I'm only going to put posters on my wall now, games I platinum. It's like, I haven't platinum many of these, but then the reason why that popped into my head is because behind you is the Fallout 4 and Doom poster, which I have platinum. Maybe just that wall, which I'll have to take down Witcher and Metal Gear Solid 5, because I didn't platinum those, but those two specifically I platinum. That's why I bought the posters.
Same thing with Doom. I have the platinum, and I saw I have like 80% now. Then I looked at the trophies, completely feasible, but I'm not going to pay $15 for the map pack and go back and like win a certain amount of matches or get this many kills with the new pistol or like use this monster and like rip off 5 guys' arms or something like that. So I'm going to have to leave Doom like that as well.
Yeah.
So
great game though.
Awesome game.
So good.
I think I'm just going to leave the multiplayer until, if for some strange reason we want to come back. I just want to just know in the back of my head that I've never lost a game of Doom.
Yeah. So. Seriously, we literally never have. Yeah. It's awesome. Nuka World, August 30th looks awesome. Paragon's beta, this is kind of old news. It is out. I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet. Have you guys touched it yet?
No.
I want to try it because I've never tried a MOBA. Epic Games, I mean, obviously the Coalition makes Gears now, but Epic Games
you played
original.
Battleborn, dude.
Battleborn.
You played one of the best MOBAs of all time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's definitely Game of the Year 2016. Yeah, my goodness.
People love that game.
You can't tell me anyone's playing.
Borderlands 3 will do well, no doubt, when it comes out.
Oh, so. Would you play Borderlands 3?
Will I?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It would have to be like, they have to put it out in the spring or something with nothing around.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a Destiny clone.
Yeah.
What? I hope they don't do that. I want like a first
People always say that
Diablo.
Destiny is so close to Diablo.
Borderlands.
Then that shows they don't know what they're talking about. It is not. Yeah, you shoot stuff.
It's just like a random comment you see under like Destiny videos.
Yeah. Borderlands is like the Diablo of first-person shooters, whereas Destiny is like the. What's like Destiny? I don't think
what's like Destiny.
There's never been anything like Destiny.
What's that one free-to-play game? Like we're the space ninjas.
Oh, I know what you're talking about on
that's
PlayStation.
That's kind of like Destiny.
I remember you were playing that lying
Division.
to yourself when the PS4 came out.
That's a good game. That is a cool game.
I tried it and I was like, I freaking hate this.
I thought it was good, and I've heard a lot of people say it's really good. They're like, play this instead of Destiny.
Yeah. Are you talking about Rezo Ninja?
Yeah, right? Rezo Ninja. It was the people that made Dark Sector.
Yeah.
Remember that cool game?
Yeah, the game I watched you play for like 8 hours every day until you beat it.
Yeah.
Is it Warframe?
That's it.
Oh, you're great,
Warframe.
Jacob. Look at you go.
You did the Gears of War enemy last week too. Remember he came up with the
Jacob,
Swarm?
you were kicking ass.
Sometimes I hear things and I just stick around and then I'll say them. Sometimes things just go out one ear and through the other.
Well,
That's typically
you can say
everything
Destiny
for me.
kind of like created its own genre. Like the Division kind of took suit after that. Now we have Destiny. Who knows what's going to come next?
I hope
Destiny 2.
I hope that Destiny
Yeah, right.
takes.
It's not Borderlands. Borderlands isn't going to do that.
I just hope Destiny 2 is everything everyone wants it
it
to
is.
be.
I think it will be.
I have high hopes for it too. I think they've
I do as
learned so
well.
many lessons from Destiny 1, and Destiny 1 is awesome, but they can only go higher from here. So I think it's safe to trust in Bungie.
You want to hear a
They can
bold prediction?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Destiny 2 will be the best game ever made.
Wow.
Man,
and you'll never need to play another
you
game
know,
again.
you're a real asshole.
Destiny 2.
You're so close.
Destiny 2 is
Close-minded.
going to save us.
It's gonna take the. It's gonna literally be Destiny on top of No Man's Sky with discovering planets. They already
I
took
don't know about
the
that.
UI is already the same, so they just need to put in their gunplay.
They
That's
just
Destiny
need
2.
to make it more sociable and make it bigger.
I agree.
That's it.
This is a whole nother
That's it.
discussion. What else is coming out? We get hung up on every single game.
You know what my favorite kind of
comment?
commenter is on the internet is the kind of
What?
person that thinks they're so high and mighty that they'll like comment on something and try to act not so nonchalant about it, but be negative. Like they'll see like a really amazing trailer for Destiny or something, and like the DLC, they'll be like, oh yeah, like they'll act like, oh, I just happened to stumble upon this trailer, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks like they're working hard over at that studio. I think it could the colors could be desaturated a little bit, but other than that, it's looking great. Like they'll like compliment it, but just very undertone. Like,
I saw some
fuck you in their sentence. I'm like, you're the worst.
I've seen some. What's the term they use? I've seen it on so many trailers, and I'm like, what are you talking about? It's clipping. No, not clipping. I know what clipping is. It's like I'm forgetting the term. Dang it! This is ruining my.
You're destroying the
I don't know what you're
podcast right now.
talking about.
They always say it's like it's not the anti-aliasing. It's like shit. Go on.
That's what you meant to
I
say.
completely forgot.
It's okay.
I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know the words.
Right.
So whatever.
Metal Gear Survive, the trailer is out. Let me just say, holy crap, I am so stoked, dude. Konami finally got rid of their crutch, which was Hideo Kojima. He was ruining everything
he's really
for
holding them
Konami.
back.
Yeah, finally they got rid of him so they can finally do the things they've been waiting to do the whole time. And Metal Gear Survive looks so awesome. What do you guys think?
It's
It's fine.
interesting.
They've already said it's not a like full retail game.
Right, yeah.
So like,
It's just like a little thing.
yeah, whatever.
It's just a little.
I think
It doesn't look bad. I'm just not really interested.
I'm interested to see how it's gonna do sales wise.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
buying
me
it.
too.
I'm
Fuck
not
them.
buying it either.
No, I don't. Who is gonna buy it? Maybe some hardcore zombie fans, but I
Like,
apologize to anyone.
That's all they did. They
Who-
fucking took Metal Gear and just put zombies on it. That's it.
I don't even see how you can take the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5, which if they just take the gameplay and put it in like a multiplayer game, that sounds fine. Like okay, like the gameplay is good enough if you have what's there, and I don't even know who's working on this game. If you have some guys that previously worked on the Phantom Pain who like know their way around like the engine and like how the game works and stuff,
Right.
like make a cooperative stealth game. Cool, that sounds cool. But then like let's put zombies in it, like. No.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Ridiculous.
I imagine it kind of similar to those. I forgot what those enemies are called that are kind of possessed in Metal Gear Solid 5.
And like a sprinkle here and there to switch up the gameplay, that's fine. But from the trailer, it just looks like it's some survival horde mode.
Yeah.
And these are all just assumptions, but like it's
Right.
just I think everybody was just waiting for Konami to announce the Metal Gear game because we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Just to like freak out about it. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what everybody's doing.
It could be similar to Red Dead's. What was that DLC
Undead
called?
Nightmare.
Undead Nightmare, yeah. Because maybe it could be like the open world, you're running around just shooting zombies and stuff, and maybe there's some kind of storyline.
Maybe that's a good comparison. I haven't heard about that. Maybe that's the Undead Nightmare to
Perhaps.
to Phantom Pain.
So yeah, but that's coming. I think just most people thought it was funny. It's just like a cherry on top, like I was saying of Hideo leaving. Everyone's like, they're gonna make a stupid Metal Gear game without him now, and it's just funny to see Metal Gear Survive coming. But I won't hate on it entirely because we haven't played it. Who knows? Maybe it's really cool.
Maybe.
So you can never truly judge something until you've experienced it for yourself.
I take back I'm not buying it then. So
What's that?
I take back me not buying
Okay.
it then because I feel like
It comes down to like 10 out of 10. So like, this is better than any Metal Gear game ever. Why weren't there zombies the whole time?
yeah, you're right. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
That's being very judgmental of us.
Yes, it is. We're very
Acting like a bunch
judgmental
of
bastards.
assholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I apologize.
Well, hey, they mistreated Hideo.
They mistreated our friend who we've never met or talked to, but we care about him. So. But yeah, moving on. For Honor's alpha test is on the way. Ubisoft has announced that the For Honor closed alpha will begin on September 15th and last until September 18th. Those interested in participating can sign up for access on the game's official website. The announcement was made during Gamescom, where Ubisoft also detailed the game's roster of 12 playable heroes. These warriors are split into 3 factions, Knight, Viking, and Samurai. According to a press release, quote, each feature 4 true elite warriors capable of making a major difference on the battlefield, end quote. For Honor embarks players in the chaos, fury, and brutality of ruthless, visceral, close-quarter combat featuring the brutal Vikings, the deadly Knights, and the cold-blooded Samurai, Ubisoft says. And each faction players will be able to choose among 4 different types of heroes. I think I kind of want to sign up for that and try it, because
I signed up for something for For Honor a long time ago.
I think we both did, if I'm not mistaken, because I remember
It was
them
like around
announcing
E3.
it. Yeah, I think they could announce, like, sign up for, like, the alpha or something now, and we're like, let's do it, but I don't remember hearing anything else about it, but I'm interested to try the game, because at E3 this past year, it didn't, like, blow me away, but I'm still having interest in it. I think it's a really cool idea, so I may hop on that website and try to get into the alpha. I think that'd be pretty cool, but I want to try it, and it'd be cool to do a Let's Play of it, too. Yeah. Make us look like we can actually do something cool for once. Like, look, guys, we're playing a game early. So make it look like we matter. But it looks pretty cool. You guys have any interest in For Honor still?
Sure. Yeah. Looks fine.
It does.
I'll try it.
Me too. I'm going to try it, Jacob. Moving on. Final Fantasy was delayed to November 19th. We've mentioned it. Thoughts?
I'm glad it is. I don't know if that is good for the game, because, like, typically, if games are being delayed, it typically means that, it's for the better. Yeah. But
from a financial standpoint, that's where it will struggle. I think the game as a whole, they've just said, I paraphrase the article, he just said it's mostly just to put extra polish on it to avoid a day one patch. According to the game director, he was saying that for those that don't have strong internet or no internet at all, he doesn't want them to have to download a day one patch in order to, like, get the game where it needs to be. He's like, we might as well just delay it so we can avoid the day one patch, is basically what he said. I know there's a bunch of rumors bouncing around, but that's what he said.
I just keep hearing people that preview the game say it's not running well.
Right. He even admitted that. He's like, it's like, it's not up to par with what fans and what we expect of ourselves. He's like, we could do a day one patch and it would be fine. He's like, but he said, I don't want players who don't have internet to suffer because of that and have the crappy, like, half-assed experience. So that's why they're claiming it was delayed. But as you said, financially, it could be bad because October has so many games coming out that not only will that occupy people's time, but also occupy their money. So
they're missing that Black Friday too.
Are they? Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah, because
did you mean to say November or October?
No, well, in October all the games are coming out, but November is when Final Fantasy comes out directly after that big chunk of games. So they could struggle financially, but in our case, this is cool because obviously it was coming out. It was the 15th of September originally?
It was the 31st?
It was 30th? The end of September.
Yeah. Was it? It was like the last day of
It was
September.
Like a week before Mafia 3 comes out.
That's right. Yeah. That's correct. And I was already worried about that because I know I take back what I said last week. I was like, I don't have any interest in Final Fantasy. I didn't mean to come off that arrogant. I meant to say, like, whenever I see news, I don't click on it. I'm just waiting for it to come out at this point. So I'm not obviously... it's work. I'm not... anxious for the release, like when it gets here, but like we were talking, it's cool because now we get more time with Deus Ex. We don't have to worry about knocking out before Mafia and all the other stuff in October comes. So it's kind of, in my sense, not being a diehard Final Fantasy fan, I'm kind of grateful.
The only thing that's kind of impeding on is South Park now.
That's
kind
true.
of upsets me.
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I am
fantastic.
too. The more stuff I've seen from Gamescom, it looks so cool.
Yeah, I watched some gameplay from Kind of Funny.
Dude, me too. That Let's Play was hilarious.
Also, I've heard some people say that it might have also been to kind of get out of the way of Persona 5 in Japan because it's coming out in like October around the same time. So
I did hear about that. That's actually a great point.
Who knows? Maybe it's not. I don't know. I feel like Final Fantasy could definitely go toe-to-toe with Persona because they're, definitely both two well-known franchises over there in Japan.
Right.
But as far as I'm concerned, I'm fine with it because that just gives me way more time to, finish Deus Ex if I need to have nothing to play when Mafia comes out.
Totally.
So I'm actually very, very happy to hear that. So.
Yeah. Delays are never a bad thing. I mean, just for the standpoint of you wanting to play it, it's a bad thing, but
right.
It can only get better. So.
Man, I'm probably going to have to end up selling myself on the street to afford those games in October. Something like that. Maybe I can go around like a 15-year-old kid and be like, hey, I'll mow your lawn for $20. And just like mow people's lawns on the weekend. Thanks, son. Here's a nickel and a popsicle for the road. I'm like, thanks, Mr. Johnson. That's essentially what I'm going to have to do to afford these games. But if I had to pick 3, I think I said I'm going to definitely do Mafia. I'm going to do Titanfall because it's a good mix-up. You got the open world action, and then you got the shooter.
Real quick.
What?
Also in October, VR's coming out.
Yes, it is. I keep forgetting about that.
Did y'all see Drive Club VR gameplay?
I didn't.
I haven't seen the gameplay. I heard about it.
I've got to show you this.
Does it look cool?
Viewers,
I'm excited.
listeners, please look this up. It's really, really freaking awesome. I was already satisfied with my pre-order.
Right.
But this was like, holy crap, I'm so happy I pre-ordered it. No. Looks freaking amazing. What's going on?
Pause for a second. Jacob, do you mind grabbing my chapstick from over there? Oh, it's so
Is
great.
that big of a
Appreciate it.
deal?
Yes. No, my lips are kind of burning a little bit. I was like, I need my chapstick. And then I started to have the panic mode where I'm feeling my pockets. I'm like, where is it? But thank you, Jacob.
So I know that feeling. It's the worst thing when your lips are chapped.
So from what I saw, the guy actually had a wheel and stuff. So that actual feeling may vary in the game, but I think it's still going to be amazing with a controller.
Yeah.
But dude, he was driving and he was like looking around him to pass cars and stuff. It looked freaking amazing.
That
I've got to
sounds
show
awesome.
it. Please look it up at home as well. If you're on the verge of like, oh, do I need to get this or not? I've heard that I don't know if there's any gameplay out, but the Battlefront VR experience, I've heard that has solidified some people's thoughts on VR.
Really?
And this, I've played it, so that solidified it, enough. But seeing the Drive Club VR, holy crap! Don't really like driving games, but it looks absolutely insane. So I'm so excited for that.
Did you see the Batman VR snippets of gameplay?
Yeah, I saw the trailer, the snippets, and it looks awesome.
I think it looks so cool. I didn't even think about this when they talked about it. The fact that you can be in the Batcave, physically grab the cowl and put it on your head, and then it showed like Nightwing in the Batcave training and stuff, just to explore the Batcave in VR. I'm like, that sounds so cool. When it totally makes sense when they're like, they said be the Batman in the other games too, but this is when you're like first person Batman, you can put on the cowl, be in the Batcave, and go out and do like a stealth mission or something. I'm like, that looks so cool. I wasn't expecting it to look like that at all, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to plug real quick. For those of you that aren't already subscribed to us on YouTube, if you're listening elsewhere, we have done an in-depth review of our experience with PlayStation VR a couple of months ago. That's in our review playlist.
As in-depth as we could get with like a 15-minute demo.
Right. So just for like our first impressions of like what it's like and what it feels like and everything, and we talked about that. If you have any interest in finding out more about that from our perspective, at least if you're like on edge or don't really know what to think about it, that is available to listen to because that was a fun video and I enjoyed doing that. But VR, man, I totally forgot. That's basically all my money I have for October.
October 13th.
Yeah.
Batman's $20
Wait.
there.
Right.
So it's not already taken out of your account?
It's taken out of mine.
Is it?
Yeah, Best Buy takes it out immediately.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess it's taken out of mine too.
Yeah,
awesome.
you got an extra like $300.
Oh, it's great. Dude.
500.
$500. There
Well,
you go. That's
at the same time,
that's a lot of games.
That was before I realized I was going to school, and this is how funny this is. School is so expensive, which I can't afford it. I'm paying for all of it so far. I've already paid almost $5,000 towards school, but I was gonna say, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I get paid well in my job, but me putting all my money towards school, it's almost like I work a minimum wage job now, literally. So because all my money's going to school, so I basically have to struggle to get by to play games now, which is kind of devastating. So like I said, maybe I'll mow some lawns, maybe I'll sell lemonade on the side of the road for 50 cents. I think that'd get me places for sure. I mean, how weird would that be to see a 23-year-old man sitting on his front lawn with lemonade?
It makes me anxious when little girls in my neighborhood do it because I'm like, I don't want to buy this, and I feel bad because I just fly past them,
right?
And like running out in the street,
flick them off.
Mr. Buy our lemonade. Yeah, I might have to do something like that. I'm not looking forward to it. Mass Effect Collection has been sort of teased. The Game Informer did an interview with Patrick Soderlund. He's the vice president over at I think EA, yeah. And they asked him, like, what are your thoughts on remasters? Have you given any more thought towards this? And they're like, yes, we have. And he's like, our decision has been made. We're going to do them in time. He's like, but we want to do them well. He's like, we don't want to just half-ass something and put it out. He's like, there's been good remasters. There's been some, like, shabby. Ooh, good thing the shield is there. Could have killed someone. But he said that they want to do it well. They don't want to just put out a Mass Effect collection that's like a port, essentially. He's like, they want to fully remaster them to be appreciated for what they are. So they can almost be timeless at that point. Like, once they put it on remaster, you can play it for years to come and not just be a port where it's just kind of like been there, done that type experience. So
I got a question. Do you guys think it's more likely that they put out the remasters first and delay the new one to like 2018?
I was gonna ask that.
Or maybe
They could
or maybe they put the
potentially-
new one out first, then they worry about the remasters.
We're technically supposed to be hearing news about
Mass Effect.
Andromeda soon.
Yes, very
Because when
soon.
they teased it at E3, they were like, more to come and, more to see in the coming months.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I think
I was
based on
thinking
that
about
news, that question may or may not be answered, because this could be a situation where he doesn't want to like spoil anything, where he could be like, "Oh yes, we've been working on that," and perhaps it may or may not come out before the new one. Perhaps this could be their way of buying more time for the new Mass Effect, even though everyone's expecting it to be out as soon as possible. Perhaps they do need more time than
that could be
originally
like,
expected.
I'm sorry, I know you wanted a Mass Effect experience, Q1 of 2017. The best we can do is give you
The collection. Yeah.
When we're going to have to push Mass Effect, which a lot of people have already been speculating that the Andromeda is not coming out until holiday season of 2017.
Right.
Who knows, maybe Q1 of 2018.
Yeah.
So, dear Lord. I feel like if they do the collection Q1 and then Andromeda holiday season, I would be happy with that.
Me too.
Yeah,
Now,
I would
play the
prefer that.
collection? I don't know.
I will not.
I probably
would.
won't.
I feel like
you definitely should.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
so
If you
good.
haven't
Definitely
played it, you definitely owe it to yourself to play. One of the greatest gaming trilogies of all time, especially one of the greatest sci-fi games of all time.
Right.
But having been there, done that, I feel like that's very much a game that like you made your choices,
Right.
and you saw the
It's
outcome
hard to
of
go
it.
back.
I don't necessarily want to go back and experience that again.
I'm the same way. It's like once you play through it, like that's your story. I
And
don't want to go back and do it
such
differently.
A freaking long investment. I can't
It is.
imagine playing through all three of those games again. My God.
It is cool though. The coolest part is creating your character in Mass Effect 1 and having him go through each game and still look the same. Each game, I would remember you could like import your character from the first, like from Mass Effect 1 to 2. I import him. I was like, it's been some time. I want to add a little age to my character, so I'd like add some age to him. And then by the third one, I added like a ton of scars and stuff. Like he's been through hell to get to this point. Like I just like stuff like that to feel like this is your character. He's progressed through this whole story. And I know a lot of people played as like the traditional shepherd, but I wanted to like make one of my own, and that's what I did. So.
Yeah. My guy that I made looked like a complete loser in the first game, and that kept me from transferring him over to the second one. But it kind of had like a Witcher thing where you kind of like made choices, like if you had played the first one. So that's kind of like what I did, and made a guy that I was actually satisfied with and ported him over into Mass Effect 3. I think I did. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I might have started another one. I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I think it's safe to assume that's coming. Obviously, this has no relation to it, but BioShock Collection's coming and it looks great. And I think I saw a comparison video if I'm not mistaken. And it looks awesome.
Yeah. That's a game that I'll have to, with that coming out and then Tomb Raider coming out, just like and with Resident Evil 4 coming out, there's like so many games that like I really like a ton, like borderline love. That I don't know which one I want to go back and play, because there's so many new games coming out as well. But it's like I want to have those games because I know I would like to play them eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe save them or maybe I'll probably just end up not buying them and buying them when there's a drought. So, but yeah, a lot of re-releases and stuff coming out this holiday.
If they're done well, like I have no complaints. I know a lot of people say like, oh, there's too many remasters, but if they're done well, I enjoy them, especially if I haven't played the game for a long time, like BioShock. I'm really looking forward to playing through the first one again. So
yeah,
I
cool.
can't wait
and there's
for that.
like Jacob, there's a lot of people that never played BioShock and Resident Evil 4, and a lot of PlayStation owners that never played Rise of the Tomb Raider. Like I don't think you ever played it. Did you?
I was waiting for
and
PlayStation.
those are absolutely amazing games. So
yeah, I look forward
for those
to,
people, great. But for us,
I will at one point definitely play through Rise of the Tomb Raider again. Like I said, on Xbox, I'm in the final moments of the game, and I still haven't finished it. It's something about it. Like we've said, like it's weird. I just feel at home on PlayStation. That's where I want to finish it. So,
and I'll be interested to see the VR experience, the Blood Ties.
Yeah,
I definitely will probably purchase it just for that. And of course, I want to play the game again. So
yeah,
I told you I want to platinum that game, but I didn't feel like doing all that stuff on Xbox.
Right.
So.
Yeah, because that was always in the back of my mind the whole time I was playing Xbox. I was collecting everything. Like I had everything, and I was on my way to getting 1,000ing the game or whatever. So then you think of a new term for that. It's weird to say, but I was on my way to getting that, and the whole time I'm like, why am I doing this? I was like, this isn't like my home console. Nothing against Xbox. We're huge PlayStation fanboys, just so everyone knows. Nothing against Xbox.
What'd you say?
But no, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
But I just love my PlayStation. That's where I'm at home. So, speaking of PlayStation, Nice segue there. We rarely have segues. It's always awkward transitions for us. But, segue tonight. PS4's 4.0 update has been detailed. This is kind of old as well, but, we enjoy PlayStation for here. So if for those of you that haven't heard this already, it's exciting. The PlayStation 4's next major system update, version 4.0, will bring new functions that users have requested, including the ability to create folders to organize content within the console's library and longer video clip uploads to Twitter. The update... The update, codenamed Shingen, will arrive soon for those enrolled in PlayStation's public beta program. They will be notified by email how to download the update. The quick menu called up by holding the PS button on the controller will now only cover a portion of the screen rather than take it over completely. It will include new items to streamline visual information to the user. The main user interface will also get a series of design changes ranging from new system backgrounds to a different look for system icons. As a whole, it adds up to a more refined and easy-to-use UI, Sony said in a blog post. The overall look and feel of the UI remains the same, it just has a fresh coat of paint. The share menu will now, like the quick menu, only cover a portion of the screen. It will default to the most recent social network to which the user shared a clip or an image, and for Twitter, game clips will now be up to 140 seconds long instead of the original 10. Improvements to the trophy management will also allow users to see their collection even if online or offline. End quote. So I think the coolest things about that is the fact that if you hit the home button, it's not going to take up the whole screen. It'll just be a portion of it. That's one of the things I liked about 360's interface, especially after the big update they had when they announced like Kinect and stuff coming out, where it's like the little square would come up. That was like my favorite interface for 360 at least. And that's the thing that we like about PlayStation, is that it is already very simple and easy to navigate, but the fresh coat of paint is like the best way to describe it, I think, is just taking that simple look, but making it just smaller and even simpler than before, which only takes up a portion, I think is very cool. So I think that's awesome. I think those are very good updates.
I'm excited for that, but the biggest thing I'm excited for is the trophies offline.
Yeah.
Because that, especially being in hotel rooms and stuff, not knowing, trying to trophy hunt there and being like, shit, I don't even know which ones I don't have.
Right. I'm surprised that
really annoying.
Wasn't included to begin with, but that is nice as well. And the organizing games and folders is cool too. Like, here's all my RPGs. I probably won't use it.
I won't use it. I have so many games. I just don't feel like I don't know. Maybe one night I'll be like extremely bored and do it.
Yeah, just to be clean. But I mean, that's a nice feature as well. And I don't upload to Twitter ever video clips, but it's cool
that is a substantial difference though. 10
10 to 140.
140. Yeah. Like, dang. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's a pretty gnarly update, and I like how they're not changing things to where it's gonna like revolutionize it, just taking that simple concept and just cutting it down a bit, which is
I wish they would allow you to put your own pictures as your background though. I'm really surprised that's not available yet.
Yeah, me too.
So, kind of like PS3 had that for the longest time. I'm pretty sure Xbox One can do that too.
Right.
So you can.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, all those icons are getting changed too. So it'll be interesting to see, but obviously none of us are in the beta program or whatever, but when it gets here, I'm excited. It's pretty cool changes. Also, PS4's Flash Sale, the newest one. These are some great deals that I came across. You guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
Bastion is $374, down from $14.99. Borderlands: The Handsome Collection is now $23.99, down from $60. Chivalry: Medieval Warfare is now $7.79, down from $19.99. Dragon Age Inquisition is now $8, down from $20. Dust, I'm adding tax now because I'm sick of saying 99. But Dust and Elysian Tale is now $374, down from $15. Geometry Wars 3 is now $494, down from $15. Mega Dimension Neptunia 7 is now $15, down from $50. The Witcher 3 is now $24.99, down from $50, which is half price. That's awesome. If you guys don't know how to do math.
Thank you.
Now, this is the most exciting one. You guys ready for this? You're going to freak out, Jacob.
Sure.
Thief is now $6, down from $20.
Shit.
We all
only
need to hop on that. Only
$6 for the greatest experience of your life.
Yeah, I never played it on PS4. So
did you not?
No.
I played it on
Xbox
Xbox.
One.
Man, you had the best version.
I can get the platinum.
But now that you have PS4, you can
right.
play the less.
You can try it again to not kill anybody.
Right.
Somehow I killed someone. I didn't.
That's my biggest fear of Deus Ex.
You probably
is
accidentally
like
nudged someone and they like fell off.
I think what happened is I was next to like something that someone could fall off, and like I barely nudged them as I was running away, and they just died.
Idiot, it's their fault. Now Transistor is $5 down from 20. So the big ones to me were Witcher 3 and Thief, obviously, but
Chivalry. I've heard that's a really cool game too. So
I have
$7.
I've heard that. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, there's a lot of great deals in there, and
I think Dragon Age Inquisition, I think that's like the Game of the Year edition too.
Is it?
That's
Wow.
that cheap.
$8 for
even
all
if
that.
Maybe 8's the original, but I know the Game of the Year edition is only a few bucks higher. It's under $15, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decent
Don't take
game.
me to the bank on that, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I tried several times to get into Inquisition. I can recognize the fact that it's a great game, just something about it I couldn't get into.
I tried playing on it. I tried playing it on the hardest difficulty, and I think that kind of irritated me, is that I didn't get accustomed to the game, and that game on the hardest difficulty will freaking
It's
Oh,
no
yeah, I
joke.
didn't even
It was hard on
accept that.
normal.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it was.
you played through a good bit of it, didn't
Yeah, I played through almost all of it. Then my save got corrupted, and I never
you?
I got to go
man.
back to it.
What a nightmare.
Thanks,
funny.
Xbox One.
Yeah, screw you guys.
It's definitely Xbox's fault, not
Yeah.
Inquisition.
Totally.
Yeah.
Everything's Xbox fault.
Yeah. Speaking of more PS4, this is courtesy of Preston Pugh. He sent me this article earlier, which is great and perfect timing. This is relatively new news, isn't it?
Yeah, today.
Awesome. So that's perfect timing. The PS4 Slim has been leaked, and it looks awesome.
Did you guys think that was my PlayStation when I sent you the box?
When you sent me that, I was like,
Yeah.
what is that? I was like, did
Okay.
you like add like a case to it? Or I was like, what is that? It looks because it looked weird, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
I had seen some other outlets post
Okay.
the pictures. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was in the middle of working, so I was like thrown off.
I was like
that.
literally an hour late from when it broke. So when I sent you all the pictures, I was like, I'm sure you assholes already saw this or something.
No, I had not
That's
seen
typically the case when I send you all stuff.
Yeah, I just don't see anything. Just like I know this shit.
it. So it says apparent images of a slimmer, sleeker version of the PlayStation 4 have popped up on a UK auction site, Gumtree, from NeoGAF, where a British seller claims to have obtained an unannounced model of Sony's latest console. It's going for €295, and I don't know how much that is in US
It's
dollars.
about the same as dollars,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So €295. We don't know if the machine is real, but the pictures are compelling. It's no great shock that Sony would be preparing a slim version of the PS4, as they've done for the past generations of the PlayStation hardware. This model, if real, looks to be a direct replacement for the older version, as the packaging simply says PS4. It will compete with Microsoft's Xbox One S, which launched earlier this month. On September 7th, Sony will hold an event called PlayStation Meeting in New York City, where the company will unveil their more powerful PS4, codenamed Neo, which Kotaku broke news earlier this year. A good guess would be that the plan is to announce the PS4 Slim then as well, and that it will be available very soon.
Mm-hmm. So I think this confirms everybody's speculation. Like, is the Neo just going to take over from PlayStation? And that's just going to be what they're pushing from now on? And if you want an older PlayStation, you're just going to have what's already out there at a cheaper price or something. So this, obviously confirms that, they're going to put out regular PlayStation 4. That price could be complete bullcrap. It would be great if they could get it below $300. Be like, $250 for this one, and then like $400 for the Neo. Like
Dude,
initially,
so
what the
awesome.
PlayStation started at. So
It'd be amazing.
I think that's good on their end to just show to the people that are not excited about the Neo. That maybe bought a PlayStation last year. They're like, what the heck? I'm getting screwed over. I'm getting an inferior experience for PlayStation. To be like, look, we're putting out a regular PS4 and a Neo. It's pretty much showing like, yes, we are supporting both of these.
Right.
So
which is crucial for their case, because people
Yes.
are still kind of confused about the whole situation.
And like
So
we've already talked about it, I whatever. I'm ready for Neo.
hopefully
I'm ready
all
to go.
speculation will be cleared on September 7th.
Now, I have heard some extremely exciting rumors, specifically from PS I Love You, those guys at that podcast threw this around, and it got me extremely excited for this reveal event.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we all heard the hubbaloo about the Jacob, your eyes. The hubbaloo about Red Dead was supposed to be at E3 and stuff. So they're saying that because they owed PlayStation like a exclusive, like the Agent, like a long time ago
What if
and
that was
stuff.
an exclusive?
So some people are speculating
Can you imagine?
that they're gonna come out at the PlayStation event with Red Dead as well,
There's no
showing
way.
it on the Neo and stuff. Dude, I would go nuts. I would.
Are you
lose my
saying that
mind.
you think it'd be an
PlayStation exclusive? I think so. That's my guess.
No,
That's from
I
what
don't
I've
think
read
this
and
is
from what I've heard
possible.
people talk. I don't know if people aren't assuming. People they're kind of saying about the whole Agent thing and they're not being exclusive and how they were supposed to premiere Red Dead at PlayStation. I'm thinking there's a timed exclusivity deal
Can you
with
imagine?
PlayStation. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen.
That would be so awesome.
Yeah, and
Not the
what
exclusive
another
part. I
place
could care
to
less
reveal
about
it?
that,
Because
but
people have been also speculating that Red Dead's coming out this year.
Right.
That they're going to pull a Fallout 4 and just freaking drop it.
Yeah, with even
So-
less.
I would
time.
drop every other game this year to play that one. That's kind of
Dude,
bold.
they
I
would
take that
shake.
back, but
They
I'd
would
play it
shake
first.
the world.
Oh, they would.
Shake the world with that.
They would.
Neo coming out Q1 of 2017 with Red Dead Redemption. That's what
that'd be so
I would
awesome.
like. I would love the Neo to come out this year, but I'm so poor I can't buy it. So give me a little bit of time
Same with me.
to accumulate some cash.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Also, I'm having high hopes. Fingers crossed. I literally might die. You'll never hear from me again if they show off some Spider-Man gameplay at the event. I would literally
You think that's
die.
possible? You got to think they have because the trailer was what's the word I'm looking for? Comprised.
It was in game. Like
Yeah.
they say that's gameplay.
Right,
Like people
right.
on their Twitter were asking Insomniac,
They
when
have
are we
to have
gonna
a
get
little
gameplay?
something
They're
to
like,
show.
it's gameplay. Yes, especially like I told you before it started, the lead animator of Naughty Dog left Naughty Dog to get in on the Spider-Man action
With Insomniac, correct?
with Insomniac.
Okay.
So that got me even more excited. And then I was thinking some people were like tweeting like, oh man, what if they're going to show gameplay at this event? And there's literally no credibility to any of that. My mind's
It's
just
just
racing.
fun to hope.
Yeah, I'm like, they got to either show gameplay at this or PSX later this year.
Right.
Like, we got to see some of that game.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Dude, but I think that's too much. That's too much for my heart to handle for Red Dead and Spider-Man.
Can you imagine if all that was
too
at one
much.
event?
I don't know if either of those are going to be there. Like when I think of this conference, it's just like a little press event where they're just announcing their console. That's just me though.
I mean, they're announcing a console is a pretty substantial deal.
Like they could announce Red Dead, but I think like Rockstar.
It's a whole event though. Like
Right.
they're inviting people to come up to New York and stuff. It's not just some like presser where they release like a pamphlet. They're like, "Yep, we're coming out with this." Like this is an event. Like they want the press to be there.
I guess you're right. I mean, you got to have something to show off the console.
And I'm just telling you, with the rumors that have been confirmed about Red Dead being at E3,
It makes sense.
it would make a ton of sense. Tons of sense.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
I certainly hope that's the case. A lot to look forward
I'm just
to.
trying not to get my hopes up if it doesn't.
I mean, I don't want my hopes up either, but worst case scenario is they show the Neo, which is exciting enough.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't like the Matrix, then
That would be the perfect time to demo like a massive game like Red Dead, like show the Neo in action.
They got to show it.
Yeah.
They got to show. I don't know how they're going to do it. Like,
Right.
this has been like the.
People have been also saying, I think it was that same podcast you're talking about where they said how like they announced Scorpio, like it's going to be the most powerful console ever, but they don't have anything to show for it yet. But it'd be cool to like announce the Neo, and if the specs are lesser than the Scorpio, at least show it off in action. Like this is our new console, now look at it in action.
This is the argument, though, that has been going on since they announced the Neo. It's how are you going to show it off compared to regular PS4? Because it's like you want to push the Neo and be like, look how much better it is. But that automatically makes the old PS4, it's like you're shit talking it.
Right.
So you can't be like, oh, here's the Neo, look how much better it looks than
Yeah.
the old PlayStation. Like, I am super interested to see how they are going to talk about it in that aspect without like down talking this normal PlayStation, and how they're going to reveal games from now on. Like, are they only going to show Neo, or are they going to show like, here's the regular version? And then people are like, that one looks like shit compared to that one. Even if it looks the same, people are going to say that and stuff. Yeah. So
That one dropped a frame at like 3 minutes and 22 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to happen. Yeah. So
It's a weird situation because for those that can afford to buy a brand new PS4, like we're all like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then I can understand completely when other people are like, look, I worked very hard to buy. Like, I worked very hard to buy my PS4. Like, now the new one's coming out. What if I can't afford that? Or if I haven't got to appreciate my PS4? I bought my PS4. Like, imagine the casual PS4 owner that bought it, like, buys it the day before Neo's announced. It's like, man, I finally got my PS4, and Neo comes out. And they're like, this is the kick-ass new PS4. I would be pissed about that.
I look at it at two aspects. Like, if you have a PC, if your PC isn't completely upgraded and doesn't have like the latest, graphics card or what all that crap is, it's like you're not being able to play it ultra. You're having to play it low and medium. I kind of look at it on that type of level. Like, yes, I am playing the game and it's still fun. It's the same game, but they're having a better experience. Not so much better that it's like a completely different game, almost like play The Last of Us remastered on PlayStation 4 and turn on 30 frames per second. You can still play the game, and we played the game at 30 frames per second, and it's still amazing, just like it's amazing at 60 frames per second. Like, I think it's once you get that into people's heads, like, look, you're getting the same game. It is literally the same game. The people that have the better PlayStation 4 are going to have a higher frame rate, and it's going to look better. But at its core, you are getting the same game.
Yeah,
So,
you can't think of it as in like, you can't think about it like, here's the good one, here's the bad one. It's like here's
the great one and here's the slightly better one.
Yeah,
like that's how you gotta look at it.
Exactly.
Unless your game's shit and they're both shit. Yeah. So
it will, like we said, everyone's been talking about like, how are they going to get that message across? And that's what, even because we know they're going to show Neo, or hopefully they're going to announce the Slim. There's no way that rumor's fake because it looks so real, and it looks totally awesome
real.
too.
Totally real.
So we can have that to look forward to. We're still speculating about Red Dead and Spider-Man, but what I'm most interested to see is how they address what we're all thinking. Like, how are you going to get this message across to your consumers? Because it could be a shitstorm that they're waiting for. But you got to think Sony, they got to be smart enough to tackle that somehow. Like, financially, there's a reason they've invested into creating this
And
Neo.
I think that's why they announced the Slim.
Yeah.
To be like, rest assured, we are putting out a new PlayStation that has the exact same innards as your old PlayStation to push to people that haven't bought one yet. Like, look, this is the same experience as the Neo. It's cheaper, though.
Yeah.
So we're still supporting both of these. So I think that Slim being announced should be a sigh of relief to people that, like, okay, we are still being supported here, and we're still going to be getting, first-party great games and stuff.
Right.
So
I am interested to hear everyone's thoughts who listen to this podcast. If you're a PS4 owner, like how you feel about all this as well, because obviously we've given our speculation, but I want to gain an outside perspective as well. Because
I feel like if you just like literally look at it and aren't like super negative or like act emotionally like I just bought this shit and stuff, I feel like there's no reason for you to not be like, okay, I kind of see where they're coming from with this and stuff. So
totally.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting. Coming soon. Boys, that brings us to our main topic. Gamescom 2016 has happened this past week. A lot of cool stuff was revealed. A lot of stuff we've already seen, but just more in depth. Just off the top of your head, what are some of your favorite things you saw at Gamescom? I have a whole list of mine. I'm sure some of mine will spark yours if you want me to list them. But anything.
Honestly, dude, that Drive Club VR was the most like holy crap thing I saw.
It's funny because I grazed over that and didn't click on it, but now that you said,
it was just really cool. I mean, it's nothing like mind blowing. I'm sure people have been doing that with Oculus Rift from now on, but just to see like just the really positive reaction of the guy playing it and stuff. And granted, it's like a PlayStation lifestyle video, so even if it sucked, like he'd be like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever." But just seeing just like how 1-to-1 it was with his head moving, and just like how he was naturally like looking to his left and looking in his rearview mirrors to see cars and stuff, that just looks so cool. And that's just the type of VR experiences I want out of PlayStation VR. So everything, I mean, there were cool stuff, like the Destiny stuff was cool. Honestly, I probably forgot about half the stuff that was even announced. Nothing was like change the world was announced or anything. So yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Jacob? Anything that just like really stood out to you more than anything else?
The Overwatch map, like we were talking about earlier. The Destiny stuff, they revealed the new Crucible stuff that's going to be happening. There's custom games in Destiny finally, which is something that people have always wanted in Destiny, which is huge.
That is cool.
People can like host tournaments now. There can be esports in Destiny, which is pretty big for the game. I saw some Battlefield 1 gameplay. I'm so excited to play that game. I can't wait. But other than that, just a bunch of small stuff.
I think Destiny looks great as well. I know a couple in our community segment when we get to it, a couple people said they're also really looking forward to Rise of Iron, and that's what stood out to them most as well.
The Gamescom coverage got me. It sparked the Destiny player inside me, and I'm really excited to play it.
I'm kind of in the same boat because the more I've seen from Rise of Iron, the more I'm excited about it. Especially seeing the new guns, the new armor sets, and everything, and the raid looks really cool as well. So I kind of have that itch to return to it as well. So I'm looking forward to that being the game we can all kind of get on in like the evenings, like let's play some Destiny, let's do the raid, or like kind of how we used to, let's do the strike or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be really cool to run a raid with people in our community.
Definitely. I know we've talked about that. I know those of you that are listening that I've personally talked to, I know we discussed like, dude, when Destiny comes out, let's definitely team up. I was telling one of our buddies on PlayStation, I said, we used to have to go to a website to find random people to do raids. I was like, but now we can just reach out to the community and like, hey, let's all just do a raid tonight, and that'd be awesome to play with you guys if you guys play Destiny, because I think it looks awesome. And the weapons they've shown off, I think, just look like a ton of fun, and makes me want to play Destiny again. So I'm excited about it. Cool. Yeah, that definitely was one of the big things that stood out to me as well. Which was like 6 months ago, I probably wouldn't have said that about Destiny, but now I'm eager to play it again because it's been a while. So, what do you think about Destiny, Preston? You still excited to go back to it?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, my list of things that stood out to me, I wrote down because they genuinely piqued my interest. Now, it's all stuff we've already seen, obviously, but the gameplay that I saw of all these games looks really cool. And this is in no particular order, but the first thing I wrote down was Resident Evil's Lantern gameplay. Did you guys watch that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the old woman said at the end of it.
Yeah, I can't remember what she said either. But
yeah, it looked pretty spooky.
Yeah, the reason why I'm interested in that is because remember when we played the, whatever they called that demo? Was it just the demo?
Just the demo.
I could have sworn they called it something weird, but when we played that, the whole time obviously I'm thinking like, oh, it'd be awesome to play this in VR and stuff, and then they're like, now this isn't really a full representation of what the game's going to be like. There's going to be more traditional Resident Evil elements in this when it comes out, but then this Lantern gameplay makes me think like, is this just another random segment?
Now, from what I heard, I don't know if this is confirmed. This is just what I forgot. What I was reading a forum post about this or something, but people are speculating that this is another one of those due to the beginning, and I don't think it's speculation. I think it's pretty much confirmed with due to what happens at the beginning. It did the same thing when you put in the VHS tape in the first one. So this is just another one of those playouts, kind of like you did in the demo of a VHS tape. So people are guessing, I don't know, it's probably not true or not if what you're saying is right about there being more classic Resident Evil stuff, but some people are speculating that the main game is you are trapped in a house. And it's kind of like the VHS movies where you're finding these tapes, and those are levels where you're playing like the demo we saw and like we played in the. That'd
be an interesting take on it.
That would be interesting, but
now,
I don't.
Where would the traditional Resident Evil gameplay
maybe
come
some of the tapes?
Yeah, perhaps.
You play as like a military guy in one of the tapes or something. Who knows? I guess with the tapes you find, that could be an excuse to have a ton of different gameplay scenarios from just different points of view and stuff. So
that is a really cool idea to think about it that way. Like, imagine if it's like harking it back to Resident Evil 1 where you're stuck in like the big mansion. Like, what if you're trying to figure out like the puzzles and like your way through this mansion? Every time you get to a new segment, you find a new tape and like you get it to the next VHS player and you get through that segment, and maybe that experience gives you in that VHS tape gives you like a clue as to where to go next in this like intricate puzzle that is this big scary place. That'd be really cool. Now that I think about it, it's actually a really cool, interesting idea.
All I know is in VR, dude, it's gonna scare the shit out of me.
Oh, dude,
I'm probably gonna poop my pants playing.
Imagine playing Outlast 2 in VR. I wonder if that'll happen.
That'd be cool.
Was the first one like available for Oculus or anything?
I'm sure any game on PC with mod support or whatever could have been, playable in Oculus.
That'd be interesting, but that's the other thing that kind of throws me off is like the whole game can be played in VR. So now we've yet to see have we seen a third-person game in VR yet, like demoed or anything or shown off?
Oculus had like a platformer that came out where he plays a little squirrel.
Okay,
and I heard it was really cool that you could just like literally like the squirrel's there and you could like push in to like look in at the squirrel. I've heard it's pretty cool.
Interesting.
But it doesn't really add anything gameplay wise to it. It's just like a cool perspective. I'm sure we'll get one eventually. So
interesting, yeah. But that's another thing I was just I'm wondering, because they're like the whole game can be played in VR, and they keep saying like, oh, there's still gonna be some traditional Resident Evil stuff in there. Perhaps I'm
sure the whole game's first person. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be.
No, but I don't know if I might have just like expanded upon what you had read about like, oh, it might be where you're finding VHS tapes like the VHS movies. But I think that'd be really cool, like if it was like the original where you're trying to find your way through this place and you find videos that help you figure it out. I think that's a really cool idea, whether it be real or not. But yeah, that gameplay was pretty cool. I wrote that down. The Little Nightmares gameplay, did you see this?
Never even heard of that.
Okay, now this is really interesting. Now I should have done more research, but I was in a hurry when I was writing this down. But it's essentially the art style reminds me a little bit of what's that Yarny game called? Unravel. And it's kind of that art style, but it's very creepy, and you're like this little like puppet girl who's sneaking through a house, and you're sneaking through this. At one point in the demo they showed you're sneaking through this kitchen. There's this big like gross looking monster man that's like chopping fish, and you have to try to sneak through his kitchen, and if he spots you, he'll like chase you around the kitchen and grab you. So it was just very art. It's weird. I think it's an indie game if I'm not mistaken. I could be totally wrong, but that's what it looked like to me. But it had the art style of Yarny, which is a very beautiful game, despite it not really interesting me when we played it. But it has that. It's like a very creepy version of that art style. We were sneaking around this house, trying to get around this big guy in this kitchen, and it just looked very interesting to me. I wasn't sure who it was by or anything. I should have done more research before we tried it. But if you're listening, if you've seen the Little Nightmares gameplay, if you know any more information, let us know down below, because I'm going to look into it regardless. But I thought that looked very cool. You guys haven't seen it, so obviously you can't chime in, but it looks interesting.
It sounds interesting. I liked Unravel. I never finished it, but
right.
It was
I enjoyed
nice
our Let's Play
game.
when we did it all those months ago at this point. But,
we did that and Firewatch, I believe, the same week.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Firewatch was a fun game.
It was decent.
I liked it.
Eh.
Speaking of, did you guys see the Prey snippets of gameplay that they showed?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you saying that looked meh?
No, I'm just saying it was meh in the sense that it was barely anything.
Oh, yeah. I liked him turning into a coffee cup.
Yeah, that was
pretty
interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, because I never played the original Prey, so I don't have a lot of, I wouldn't say concern or interest invested into the game, because I don't really know what to expect. 'Cause I never played the original. The only thing I know about the original is that it was just like a straight up shooter, if I'm not mistaken. That was like in space or something.
Yeah, you're some Native American dude who got just thrown into space.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I know about the original.
That's all I know too.
But
I remember that harkens me back to the old G4 days, because I remember watching Cheat
yeah.
and then play through that game. That's like the only gameplay I ever saw of it. So, but this looks really cool, and it's done from Arcane, so I'm sure I've heard there's a lot of gameplay choice and stuff, and from what we saw, like turning into the coffee cup, I'm sure there's like a lot of gameplay options and stuff. However, I still think so far, and a lot of people are saying this, that the original premise for Prey 2, as of now, I think looked kind of cooler.
Yeah.
Where you're like the bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm. That does sound, anything with bounty hunters is cool to me.
Yeah, this one does look cool, and I completely trust Arcane because Dishonored's super cool.
Yeah.
And I'm
Now this is
excited.
the other Arcane studio, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
There's two. Because I can't remember who it was. It might have been Felipe or someone else in the comments.
Yeah, there are two.
That let us know
studios.
there's
I don't
two
know if they
Arcane
branched
studios.
off from the one that made Dishonored.
Right.
Because from what I know, Dishonored was like the first game Arcane made.
You're gonna look it
like
up.
saying stuff when I
When you don't know the answer to it.
Yeah.
No, but while you're looking that up, I do think it looks cool in the sense of it being a shooter, and there's like I don't know if they're aliens or like the ghost creatures or the supernatural stuff looks interesting. Like you said, the coffee cup.
Completely wrong. Founded in 1999.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I believe we were.
Oh yeah.
I think we were in
Holy crap, I was
kindergarten
wrong.
in '99.
Yeah, they made a lot of stuff. So
Okay.
shows how retarded I am.
I'm glad we looked it up.
Yeah,
we would have
glad
looked really
too.
stupid.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of games. So completely disregard what I said. I'm a moron. I don't know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't be talking about games.
Yeah.
But anyways, I know an Arcane studio is making that game, and I'm pretty sure at least one of their employees worked on Dishonored.
Okay.
I'll confidently say
Just
that.
the coffee cup snippet alone gives me a Dishonored vibe.
Yeah, it looks Dishonored-y,
Yeah.
which kind of makes me feel that way.
Which I can't
So,
complain about because I love Dishonored.
Yes.
Speaking of Dishonored, did you see some of the
Yes.
Dishonored 2 gameplay?
Yes.
All I saw was when he was fighting those wooden robot things.
Yeah,
Sorry. What's her name again? Anna?
Emily.
Emily.
Yeah.
I get these female characters' names mixed up now. I get all the females' names mixed up in Overwatch
Because you're just
still.
a freaking male pig.
I am. I even get the males mixed up. I called Hanzo Junkrat by accident the other night. I'm like, what an idiot.
I always forget Junkrat's name.
Yeah.
I always say that.
The Rat Man.
Rat
Roadhog.
bastard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting better though. But no, yeah. I'm definitely gonna start the game as Emily. You guys gonna do the same?
Yes.
Because I know you can play as I almost called him Hanzo. What's his name again?
Corvo.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
I got the
kinda
O
similar.
part right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool that
And
you can
Emily
play
has
as both
different
of them.
powers too.
Yeah, 'cause I
Powers
kind of
are
want like
pretty
something completely different from Corvo, even though he'll have like different stuff as well.
Yeah. I don't know. I might play as Corvo just to go against the grain.
You're a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Only it's just honestly because it's a male, and I don't feel right playing as a female. So
Okay,
Yeah.
totally.
yeah, that's just how I feel. Sorry.
Yeah. It's funny that Zach actually does feel that way.
Oh really?
He doesn't like girl protagonists in movies, and he doesn't
wow.
like girl video game characters. Not that he hates girls, he's like, this is Zach's reasoning, and
It's not nice to say about someone.
No, I can understand why he feels this way. He said growing up as a kid, whenever he watched superheroes or Star Wars, he just wanted to be those characters. And he said
Yeah.
whenever it's a girl, he couldn't relate.
Yeah.
So it didn't get him excited.
That's the thing, like girls that play games, they probably can't relate to all these
Exactly.
characters.
So,
Yeah.
like, I can get why there's like both edges of that sword. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with female characters. Like, That's funny. I have the most fun playing as the female characters in Overwatch. Not that they're female, it's just their powers are the most fun to me. I love playing as Pharah. I love playing as Mercy. Who's another one? Ana.
Zarya?
Zarya. Yeah, Zarya. That's the other one I was looking for. See, I get all their names mixed up. But Zarya, Mercy, and Pharah are 3 of my favorite characters to play as in Overwatch, including Lucio. He's my favorite girl character. So all of those female characters are fun.
Yeah.
And Lara Croft is a great one. And Emily's powers look cool. I like how she kind of crawls with those weird shadow powers. That's pretty cool.
Her whip. Thing.
Yeah, kind of like those gooey hands you can get at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Or like a Frontier 50 cent spin thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited to play as her.
Term
and the gameplay looks awesome. I know E3 was kind of a weird demo they had at Bethesda's conference that people were like,
that's just such a weird game to demo.
You
need like Stealth Gamer.
Yeah,
to, like,
I imagine
make
they
the
had him
of your
demo
games.
it. Yeah.
I watched his final Dishonored video. Dude, I feel so bad for him.
Why?
I looked into Stealth Gamer. Please, our very small audience, please check out Stealth Gamer and subscribe to him. I know you will like it. He is a freaking amazing gamer. Yeah. His channel was just taken from him, completely deleted.
When?
A while ago. And he had to start anew and stuff. And like, he apparently paid his school off with his YouTube channel and stuff, and it was completely deleted, and he had to start over again.
No way.
And apparently money's hard to come by now. So he's a Patreon and stuff. So if you check him out and stuff, like, you will see he is one of the best just straight up video game players. His imagination is ridiculously crazy. Some of the stuff he does in Dishonored is
mind blowing.
Ridiculous. I'm talking like chopping off heads and grabbing them and sticking mines and throwing the heads and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it's
freaking
unreal.
insane stuff. It's so amazing. Please check him out and like support him if you can, because
I'll watch him play all the way through Dishonored too.
Yeah. And turn
Totally.
off, ad block, especially, with him and stuff. And he went into that too. Like, ad block is like really
you can
suffering.
What do you mean ad block?
Ad block is like an app that you can get
You know
that
what ad block
completely
is?
turns off ads for videos and
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Which it's really messing with content creators and stuff. Them, making money off of their videos and
Interesting.
stuff. So especially if you find a creator you like and stuff. Granted, we don't have any apps, so it doesn't matter. We don't have any ads on our videos for now.
Yeah.
We'd like to one day.
Yeah, one day we would like to. We've already talked about that, but yeah, for you channels you like, please, disable ad block and at least pay it. Give them some money for the content you're watching.
Watch his ads.
It is hard work.
It's literally just watch an ad. It'll be compensated.
What I do whenever I hear an ad, I just press the mute button on my laptop or my computer. Then I wait for it to stop.
The only ads I get annoyed with are the 30-second ads. Those are the only ones that annoy me.
But then when I think I'm
what
watching,
the hell?
Especially
I
a
can deal
content
with it.
creator I like, I'm like, you know what, this is benefiting him.
Yeah, I
So
agree. I'm the
it's
same
fine.
way.
I'm watching this guy's videos for free, so the least I can do is watch a 30-second ad.
Exactly.
And I feel like, that should be the mindset of a lot of people, but there are people that pirate games and stuff blatantly. So there are douchebags out there that think that another person's creation are just, they should have the right to just take them for free and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So
a lot of people put a ton of hard work into their videos, and I'm the same way. Like, I think they deserve it. So
yeah, even if you hate like IGN and stuff, you're still reaping their content for free with that ad block. So I just don't like it in general. So if you don't like IGN, just don't watch their videos. Don't, take their stuff and then not watch the ads for it.
Right.
But anyways, that's completely off point. Stealth Gamer kills it in Dishonored too.
He does.
He should be making the demos. But anyways, yeah, that demo did look cool in Dishonored too. So
we mentioned South Park: The Fractured Butthole earlier. Fractured Butthole, sorry. And that game just looks phenomenal. The gameplay I've seen is just so funny. I think that's the brilliance of it, just making fun of all the superhero movies we have today and all the business happenings that go on with the strategy of putting out all these superhero movies over like different phases and like the TV shows, and how they have arguments are like, you haven't had your anthology TV show yet, you can't be in this movie and stuff, or in this episode. Just making jokes about that I think is hilarious, and the comedy behind it and the writing's brilliant, and the gameplay looks fun. I never played Stick of Truth. What was that weird deal they have where you can get like Stick of Truth with,
I think if you like pre-order it,
that's
you
right,
get it for free.
So I don't think I'll play Stick of Truth. I mean, I recognize that it's great, and I've seen gameplay for it and stuff. But I think it's funny how you're the same character from the end of Stick of Truth is kind of late to the party of Fractured Butthole, and they're like, "What the hell? Like, what are you doing here? You weren't invited here." So I think it looks awesome, and I look forward to playing that one. So everything I've seen looks cool.
Same here.
I agree.
Yeah. Yooka-laylee. Did you see the gameplay for Yooka-laylee?
I did. Looks cool.
Dude, I love the sound design. It just gives me that old school. like N64, Nintendo vibe, just like running around like the hub world and like all the funny noises that Yuka and Laylee make, and like I love the little jingle. I think it's like a ukulele or something, like an actual ukulele, but the little jingle when you like pick up the feathers that happens, it just kind of gives me a Zelda vibe, even though it's nothing like a Zelda game. Just
gives me a Banjo-Kazooie vibe.
Well, obviously, yeah, naturally, but a very rare vibe, we should say.
Yeah.
As in like the developers. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks awesome. It's come a long way, and I think it's awesome that it was kickstarted and funded by fans, and it's paying off so far. It looks like. Hopefully, it won't be a situation like Mighty Number 9 where it just tanks and is garbage. And not that Mighty Number 9 was totally awful, but it wasn't anything what people were hoping it would be for the price.
Definitely disappointing.
Right. So I think Yooka-Laylee looks awesome. I never played Banjo and Kazooie, but I played games similar to Banjo and Kazooie, so it gets me excited. And I think Yooka-Laylee looks awesome. So the gameplay we saw was great. Watch Dogs 2's online stuff looks pretty cool. It's basically GTA Online at this point, where you can just hop in and out of online.
I'm excited for that game.
Yeah, me too.
I keep forgetting it's coming out.
Me too. It's weird because they
like
were advertising the crap out of it at E3, but I keep forgetting it's coming.
Yeah.
So when does that come out? November or October?
It's October, I think.
Is that another October game?
I don't know.
I want to say it's November.
You guys have the phone.
It's November.
I think it's November.
It is. While you're looking that up, I guess Breath of Wild also won the most Best of Gamescom awards, just kind of like how it did at E3.
I didn't hear anything about Breath of Wild.
See, I didn't even know it was there. I didn't hear about it either, but I read an article saying that Breath of the Wild won the most Best of Gamescom
What did they show
awards.
that was new?
I don't think they showed anything new. They just had more people running around the open world.
November 15th.
That's what it is. Yeah, we were correct.
Yep.
We got the month right at least. Yeah, I didn't see anything of Breath of the Wild. I've seen enough. I'm just really excited. I gave it my game of the show of E3, and I don't regret that. I think it looks awesome. So I don't know why that's funny.
you just make me laugh sometimes.
Why?
I don't know. You just do. You're a good guy.
Cool.
Why are you so offended that he?
I'm not. I just don't know what's funny.
I don't know what's so funny, but
I just like to. You make me laugh sometimes. Not in a bad way at all. I just because I reminisced back to that discussion and it made me laugh.
Right. I don't remember what else I said. Oh yeah, I meant to say Fractured But Whole's another honorable mention or whatever, one of my top 3, but I forgot about it and said Lego Worlds.
You said Lego Worlds.
But I did see Lego Worlds. I saw Lego Worlds at Gamescom as well, and even though it's obviously out on Steam and like what are they called on Steam, like preview or
Steam
early access or whatever.
Access,
and that still looks awesome to me. I'm like super intrigued by it. Whether it comes to consoles or not, I don't know.
That pick was so funny because I'd never even heard about it. And
I thought you were
your number
have
3.
you watched gameplay for it?
No, I haven't.
It looks awesome. It's like mind blowing to me. And
Is this a real game?
Yeah, it's obviously very Minecrafty, but it's probably a game I dabble in when I'm bored for like an hour or something. But I just thought
like
it looked
No Man's
awesome.
Sky.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I wrote down. Is there anything else that stood out to you guys? I mean, all of it looked awesome to me. I'm excited about all the things I did see.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one, probably South Park. Out of all the stuff at Gamescom, at least, because it just looks awesome, and I'm ready to play that one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of fun stuff coming our way. But
Cool.
Everyone down below, that was the community question I asked, which we're about to go into that segment. But let us know your favorites from Gamescom. If there's anything that stood out to you that we failed to mention or didn't even see at all, or just expand upon what we did mention, like Destiny, perhaps. I know a lot of people are excited about Destiny. Let's talk about that more. And it's a fine place to plug this now. Join our PSN community on PlayStation Network to play games with us and other people around the community. If we want to build raid teams, it's so easy now. Just go into the community board and be like, hey, who wants to raid tonight? And we can get a team together really easily. So that's exciting to look forward to. But that brings us to our latest segment we've implemented into this podcast, which I stated last week. I'd love to do this every week if we can. Of those of you that are willing to participate. And we ask you questions during the week, and you can ask us some that just kind of add to the conversation. Builds more community and adds more depth and discussion to this podcast, which I love. It's my most favorite part, is interacting with all of you. So thank you to those who either respond to our questions or send us questions. It's very exciting. I always get pumped about that. The first one comes from man, about lost the paper there.
Wow.
I love how you hold the paper out like.
Yeah, I have to because I want to properly talk into my microphone, so I very properly hold the paper directly in front of me, as one should.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So, I have to explain the situation here because, we've been called out on sitting too close to our mics apparently in our videos before, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But the first one comes from Aaron Wadley on Facebook. I asked the question, like, what are some of your favorites from Gamescom 2016? He said, Destiny for me, of course. Can't wait for Rise of Iron. We did mention that. Rise of Iron looks awesome. So I'm excited about that. Sizu Mizu is another friend on Facebook of ours. He responded. He actually sent us a lot of awesome stuff that I'm excited to go into more, and more of his stuff is down later in this. But his main answer to the Gamescom thing was, my favorite was definitely Destiny. So much new and exciting stuff, and also a very well-made video doc that just adds fuel to the hype train. As an honorable mention, the new Overwatch short Bastion and the new map is very exciting as well. Hopefully they will bring the rumored crossplay so that I could play with you guys someday. Sizu is trapped on Xbox. He's separated from us, unfortunately. The wall is still there. Yeah.
We're so sorry.
We're sorry we can't rescue you from Xbox, but no. In all seriousness, I'm not kidding when I say when the clubs are released for Xbox, we'll make an Xbox club. We're not on Xbox often, but I do absolutely love Halo. I have Master Chief Collection, I have Halo 5, and I have the Gears Ultimate Edition, and obviously Gears 4 is coming. So if any of you are exclusively on Xbox and have any interest in those games, please hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or even our Instagram or even in the YouTube comments, be like, hey, let's play some Gears or something. I will play with you. I'm not just saying.
You know what? I've really been in a Halo 5 mood lately.
Have you been playing it?
No, like I just want to play it really bad.
That's interesting. Me and Preston played a lot of Halo 5.
Yeah, I haven't touched it like since it came out, so I want to play it again.
Now, me and Preston, when we were playing, I think we played for a couple weeks straight. We had a blast with it. It was awesome. Preston's like, yeah, totally. It was fun though.
I had a lot of fun. I bought the freaking $30 Spartan pack.
So did I, and like that was like 2 days later we stopped playing it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Halo 5 is fun. But seriously, if you're on Xbox, let us know. I will like to play with you. But
I've got to get a new controller.
Did you break it or something?
Yeah.
How'd you break it?
Fucking Quantum Break.
Oh, that's right. Was it the
Quantum Break?
The boss battle?
Dumbass Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Kicking my ass.
That fight sucked, man.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that either. Fun game, though, overall. Yeah. I liked it. This is a question from the community, actually. This is from Sam Harris using the hashtag AskIOG. That is ASKIOG. Askong. Funniest. Oh, did you see that? That was awesome. If you guys are watching the video, I just did this really cool trick with the paper. I can't forget. Let me mention this so we don't forget. The hashtag AskIOG is not used by anyone else. It is our exclusive hashtag.
The capital IOG.
Yes, capital IOG. ASK capital IOG is our hashtag. But the funniest thing we discovered last week after filming the podcast is that people attempt to say hashtag asking, but they accidentally do Ask IOG, and it's some of the funniest tweets ever that we're going to read some off Twitter tonight just for pure enjoyment.
Okay.
But he used the hashtag AskIOG. He said, since Titanfall 2 is receiving a single-player campaign, do you think it's necessary for all shooters to have it?
Depends on the price tag.
Yeah.
If I'm paying $60, hell yeah.
Okay.
And I think Battlefront and Titanfall are evidence enough that people want they want a campaign, because it's just more. It's just kind of like a value for your your money thing. I feel like Overwatch has kind of transcended past that just because
Overwatch
of how
is
freaking good it is.
Special, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I wanted to mention, because whenever I think of a $60 price on a game, I don't think, I know some people have said this, like, am I going to have $60 worth of fun? I don't think about it in fun. I think, am I going to have $60 worth of content? Now, it's weird with Overwatch because I love the game so much that, yes, I'm fine with paying $60 for it. Like, I love the game. It's great. Yeah. And it is strange, like JP said. It is like a special case because in addition to the game, we have all this isn't included in the game, but you have all the animated short stuff, which just add to the fuel of that game and like the community built around it and everything. So it's strange because all there is the multiplayer. I mean, all the maps are great. The gameplays are great. I think what is so great about it is that not only is there a very vast array of different characters with different personalities, but they all have different abilities. So that alone is a ton of stuff to do. Like all the different characters and how they interact with each other and all the strategy that goes into playing that game. That's what keeps me coming back to it. It's just the awesome cast of characters, all their different fun abilities, and having to bounce off your teammates. Like, so-and-so picked who I'd like to be playing as, so I guess I'm going to go with someone else who will complement the rest of my team. Like, that's what keeps me interested and invested in Overwatch. Yeah. So it's weird. My $60 purchase, personally, I feel is justified with it only being multiplayer. But in the sense of Battlefront and Titanfall, like, absolutely, definitely needed a campaign.
It also didn't help that the multiplayer aspect of those games, which is what was the only thing there, was
lacking.
Extremely shallow.
Yeah.
So that I'm sure even if it had single player campaign, people still would have griped about there not being enough content. So I'm not necessarily going to say like, yes, if Battlefront and Titanfall and games like that just added single player, then boom, that's already enough content. People are satisfied. Obviously that's not the case, and obviously single player campaigns have to be good along with the multiplayer. Right. But I feel like for the most part, people that buy these big shooters and stuff, they look forward to a single player campaign. Actually, I don't know if that's true.
There are there's weird. I'm in the middle. There's the multiplayer guys, there's the campaign guys, and there's the ones that are in between. Now, I do lean more towards multiplayer, but I do appreciate a good campaign.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the most. I think that's the general like thinking on it, because obviously like the COD creators and like multiplayer shooter people look at the analytics of like who's actually playing the campaign. Is it worth it putting it in there?
Right,
and I think that the backlash of there not being one, and just the amount of people that actually play them, I think that they're aware of that now, and I don't think a mistake of Titanfall and Battlefront will be made again. But then again, like I just said, that Overwatch exists, and maybe some developers will be like, oh well, our multiplayer is that good, so we're not going to put a single player campaign in it. But I think that's just kind of a rare thing that Blizzard kind of got away with, because like I said, their game's so good.
Right.
So
another thing about Overwatch, it's a $40 game on PC.
Yes.
The
On
Origins edition, which is the only one that's on console,
is $60.
It's kind of like a collector's edition, because you get all those
skins
at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and dude, I've said this.
That's a great price for it. $40.
Yeah.
I love Overwatch.
Yeah.
I love Overwatch. It is super fun. I will play it anytime, but I really don't think it's worth $60.
Yeah.
I just
I
think
Even
agree.
with the
I
extra
agree.
content.
Skins.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Gameplay
Like,
worthy.
it's justified because I love the game, but on paper,
and I
like,
love the game too, but it just doesn't feel $60. And that, like I said, I got it for $15. Holy crap! I feel like $15. Heck yeah, I'll play that. I think $40 is good for that game.
no, that is great. I didn't realize it was only 40.
I think
on
I've
PC.
spent like 120 on it.
I've spent a lot of money too.
I
spent-
bought that collector's edition, the statue. So,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
bought those loot boxes.
I bought. Jacob somehow talked me into buying. This is awesome, by the way. Jacob talked me into buying loot boxes the other night because I told him, I was like, "Oh man, I'd love to get," because I kept getting the summer loot boxes and I was getting crap as usual. I'm like, "This is so stupid." And he's like, "Just buy some." I was like, "I'm gonna buy 5, like for the $6, whatever." He's like, "Buy 10." I was like, "Okay." So I spent.
The more you buy, the more money you save. So.
Right. So I bought. How many comes in the pack? I bought. Was it 10?
11.
11.
$9.99 for 11.
That's right, yeah. So I was like, oh, great deal. So I bought 11. I got like 4 or 5 legendary skins. It was awesome.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
back to back. I got
Dang.
Lucio's skin from the Summer Games. I got
Really jealous.
Genji's
about that.
summer skin with the white and
Oh,
the red.
wow.
I got
That's
that
cool.
one. I got. I bought my Farrah skin because I got a bunch of money. I got like the cool mech suit that she has.
That's why you bought them, right? To get more coins.
Yeah, originally I just wanted more money to buy a skin finally, but I got Genji. I got a Bastion skin, like the old wooden one, the Lucio one, Farrah, and there's someone else I got. I can't remember what it was, but it was awesome. I got like 5 or 6 legendaries, like back to back to back. I was like, holy crap, my purchase is justified. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So it was pretty cool. But
What were we talking about?
Yeah, the $60
I guess I can
games.
just pretty much finish it. I guess in my opinion, I think it is a necessity for these big AAA shooters to have single player campaigns in terms of like, Titanfall, like the example was given. That's my opinion because I love playing them. But I would love for Overwatch to have a campaign. I think it'd be cool playing but all the characters and stuff. So
Imagine like Tracer and Winston teaming up to do like a couple of missions or something.
it'd be cool. So I don't necessarily, I keep retracting what I'm saying. Is it a necessity? No, it's not a necessity. Do I like it and do a majority of people like it? Absolutely. They want a single player campaign.
Totally.
So
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat there, which is definitely it's not a necessity, but it is nice to have for sure. But huge shout out to Sam Harris on Twitter using the hashtag AskIOG, capital IOG, which you can use as well to send us questions. Or when we send out questions as well, that's where you can answer, which is cool. So we'd love to give you guys shout outs on the podcast, and we like to hear who's listening, because if you're on Spotify or Google Play or Audio Boom, anywhere but YouTube, please join us on YouTube if you've got an account.
thanks for
Subscribe.
asking us a question.
Yes.
Thank you for Ask IOG.
Yeah,
I guess.
we have to read those before we end this because it's so funny. But last question, I think this is a phenomenal idea that Sizu sent me that I thought was brilliant that I didn't even think of. So this is awesome. This also comes from Sizu Mizu on Facebook. It says, episode 64, favorite N64 games. I completely copy and pasted this incorrectly. He said,
I was like, that's it?
yeah, no,
Wow.
because he goes into more detail. He said, this is episode 64. What are some of your favorite N64 games? And then he goes on to say, my favorite is definitely Banjo-Kazooie. Such an amazing game, and I have so many great childhood memories with it. Very excited for the spiritual successor yooka-laylee on that aspect. Even though I didn't have many other games, so I'm sure that I could have some other favorites in the future. Going to buy the Zeldas on my 3DS someday. Never played one, but always loved them based on what I knew about them. He also says, congrats to you, Jacob, on your 3DS purchase. So, yeah, but your favorite N64 games for episode 64, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's a great, fun little question. Preston,
Next week, we'll do our Nintendo 65 questions.
Exactly. Yeah. Preston, you should probably just start because I'll address the elephant in the room.
I think my pick is the elephant in the room here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never owned an N64. That being said, I witnessed Preston. I never hardly touched his N64.
It's not the same.
I witnessed Preston play a vast majority of N64 games, and I also have played a lot of N64 with various neighbors I've grown up with throughout the years. So there's like one or two that I can name that I've enjoyed. But Preston, you should probably just start. I'm pretty much already know the answer here, but fill us in.
It was obviously Turok.
Turok, yeah.
Turok, obviously.
The original?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Best N64 game of all time.
For real though. Ocarina of Time. I've already told the story of me renting it like literally every week and my mom finally buying it for me, and I had a conniption. But Ocarina of Time, I'm not gonna even go into detail. Majora's Mask, of course. Just the two Zelda games right off the bat are amazing. Super Mario 64 is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
GoldenEye, of course.
Oh, GoldenEye is great.
I'm still on the realms of I don't think that game aged well. I think
GoldenEye?
I think it kind of sucks now.
Oh, it does. When we played it recently at Evan's house,
ashamed to say
this sucks.
We played it on Xbox, the original Xbox.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, though, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Hang on, y'all played the N64 GoldenEye on Xbox?
I think
there was like a port or something.
No, that didn't exist.
Maybe it's
a different
GoldenEye
one.
Yeah,
I did play the original.
I played the original. Though. It just controls so weird.
Yeah, it's not that good. I think people go in with like nostalgia blinders and they're like, "This is the best thing ever."
But it's so cool, just like getting a party of friends. Running around.
Get the hell out of here. But yeah, for its time, I freaking love the game, and I think it's gonna go in. As a Nintendo 64 game, I think it's great. Gosh, I literally just played Zelda on my Nintendo 64. It was my Zelda machine. I don't even remember any other games I played.
I love just watching you play those games.
Oh, I rented Banjo-Tooie. I could never beat it. They're like collectathon games, which require you obviously collecting things, and I just don't think me as a kid I was really good at that. So I don't really have too many fond memories of Banjo-Kazooie, which is why I'm interested to give yooka-laylee a try, because I want to see if that actually captivates me now.
Totally.
I went back and played Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was really fun and funny. Very funny. I just remember seeing the rabbit woman with the big bosoms on the cover at Blockbuster, and I'm like, what the hell's this? So Perfect Dark, I went back and played that. That was pretty fun. Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, those are some of the big ones for me, obviously.
Pretty much just the well-known ones are the good. I don't have any like hidden gem games that I played as a kid on the system or whatever. So
no, the only ones I
pretty much
legitimately
the most generic
played
list ever.
Yeah, I mean the only ones I legitimately played were a sizable chunk of Mario 64. I never finished it, but I played it at a buddy's house a lot when I was in middle school. Specifically the original Super Smash Bros. And Melee a lot.
Melee's a GameCube game.
Is it?
Dude.
Am I thinking of GameCube this whole time? No. Sorry. I'm getting...
You had a GameCube. So
I did, yeah.
I didn't have a GameCube.
Sorry, my brain's... It's been a long day, but no. Yeah, obviously Super Smash Bros. And Mario 64, and then I started Ocarina on N64, and then I finished it... No, I continued it on GameCube, and then I finished it on 3DS. So it was a journey of generations for me to finish Ocarina of Time.
Shout out to Pokemon Coliseum.
Oh yeah,
that game was dope, dude.
You could put your freaking version in
I did.
Was Pokemon Snap on N64?
Yes. I remember renting that too.
Yeah.
I
remember watching you play Snap.
Mega Man Legend. I used to love that game.
I don't remember that one. Was that the third person one?
Third person one. I used to love that game. Like kind of Banjo-Kazooie. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I just liked it because it was Mega Man.
Yeah.
And I loved Mega Man X. Oh man, what other games did I play? I played the pod racing game. I remember that being really fun.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
I got that for the same Christmas I got Majora's Mask.
Back when I was a young Wii 64 lad, back in my young days playing front yard football, you know, all the neighborhood kids, we'd go home after we played. We needed something to do, so we popped in Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, of course.
And
Classic.
had a lot of good nights playing Mario Kart.
Mario
Super
Party.
Smash Bros. Too.
Mario Party was fun.
Mario Party's great too.
I do remember playing the crap out of NFL Blitz. I would rent it. And
Yeah.
I would do the same thing every single play. I'd go into shotgun. I'd drop back, and I would literally run as far back as possible, and I would just Hail Mary it. And if my receiver caught the ball, I will have advanced maybe like 5 yards since I was down the field. I did the exact same play over and over and over again. So,
Great.
I remember that. Yeah.
Speaking of front yard football, I think I may have mentioned this story once before, but I had a buddy who lived across the street from me when we were children in elementary
Across
school.
the street from me?
Across the street from me.
Oh.
And we would
Like that
play
was a chick.
front yard football, and sometimes it'd just be the two of us, and we would just pretend like we had full teams, like playing football because we were that bored. But he was so into the whole world of football that he even liked pretending like there were commercial breaks where he would literally toss me the ball and be like, all right, we'll be back after these short messages. And he'd be like, da-na-na-na. And then I'd look at him, and I kid you not, he'd like walk to the corner of my yard and just like stand there for a minute. And I would look at him, I'd be like, what are you doing? He's like, it's a commercial break. I'd just be standing there like, what is this? And he'd also have huddles with the refs. He's like, there's a foul, we have to have a huddle with the refs. And he'd like walk to the side of my yard and like pretend like he was in a huddle with the refs. And I'm just standing there like an idiot holding the football. I mean, what's the point of all
Wait,
this?
is it just you two playing?
Yeah. And this is the same friend.
How do you play football with just two people?
This is the same guy that probably thought me and Preston were the biggest losers he's ever met in his life, because he was like the cool kid. He was like very athletic, and he just had that cool kid vibe in elementary school. And he probably hated me too, because the first thing I ever asked him when I met him.
Jacob's phone just went bleep.
Did it?
I think so. You want me to check it?
I don't know. You can if you
Check
want.
it.
I'll check it.
But this is the same friend that when I first met him, he had like I don't know if it was a PlayStation or an N64 or something, and we had like Madden and all these sports games. Is it?
It's off.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's weird. The
it
charger's
plugged
in there.
in?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You want me to start it up again?
No, it's fine.
I wonder if it's even plugged in, like it connected.
Might have ran out of memory because this is an extremely long podcast.
It is.
Yeah.
But this is the same friend that when I first met him, my mom took me over to their house. They had just moved in, and he was like, he had like all these video games and stuff. Obviously, I played video games too, but I was still stuck on Super Nintendo at the time. And he's like, you want to play some Madden? I was like, oh, sure. I was like, do you want to play in my sandbox? That's the first thing I asked him. I had a sandpit turtle. I invited him to my sandbox. He probably thought I was an idiot when I first asked him that.
Dude, those were cool.
They were.
Sandboxes.
Sandpit turtles were awesome. But I remember one time me and Preston dyed our hair bright red with like this stuff that you could just wash in and out of your hair. And my mom dyed her hair like bright fire red. And we like walked across the street to his house like thinking we were like hot shit. And like walked up to him. We're like, what's up, man? He's probably like, you losers. But yeah.
Why?
He used to invite me over to play Madden all the time and FIFA and stuff. And I would get halfway through a game and just quit because I was so bored. That's the thing. Nowadays, I enjoy a good sports game with the bros. You know, like when we play FIFA and stuff, it's a lot of fun. But when I was a kid, I just couldn't do it. And I would quit all the matches and all the games, and he would hate me for it. And I just remember that vividly. Thanks for mentioning front yard football. Yeah. Don't forget to do your commercial breaks and your referee huddles when there's penalties when you're playing front yard football. So
I played a lot of sports games back in the PS2 days, but I just stopped playing them. I used to play a lot of NBA. It might have been Live.
Yeah.
I
loved
Pistons
NBA
all
Live
the
as a
time.
kid. My favorite NBA Live was 2000. I think it was 2003 or 5, where you could do the slam dunk competition.
Yeah.
That was like
Do you remember
awesome.
Street Hoops? Did you ever play that game?
I don't know if Street Hoops. I played Home Court and stuff. Or no, NBA. I think it was called Home Court. It was like NBA Street. That's what it was. Yeah,
I
those
think
games
that was
were fun.
similar, but yeah, those were fun games.
Yeah, I liked NBA Live a lot. I mean, NBA Live sucks nowadays. I don't know why they keep. I remember they took a break and they came back and it still sucks.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's just nowhere near
Compared
what
to,
2K is.
Yeah.
But there's something else. What was it? Oh yeah. I mean, I won't go into in depth into this, but the closest thing I had to a sports game when I was a kid was NASCAR, and I remember on Super Nintendo
Those
I had
were
it.
fun.
And when I was bored, I think you and I had this conversation recently. I would get so bored playing games, I would just get on NASCAR and intentionally drive in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
It was like this weird glitch where if you hit a car head on going full speed, your car would flip into the air, and you'd expect your car to flip into the air and just like hit the ground and crash, but it would get glitched to where you would flip in the air infinitely around the track. And I thought it was the funniest thing, watching my car spin violently out of control, flying through the sky. I would watch my screen for 10 minutes and just laugh at it.
So what I used to do in the NASCAR games, I would turn on so like my car couldn't take damage. I would make it so like there's a 43 car race.
Wow.
I would turn around, try to knock out every single driver.
That sounds amazing.
And once I finished it, I would
Let's be honest,
shut it off.
NASCAR's, the wrecks are the best part of NASCAR, for being real. So
I remember one time I even did a full 200 lap race.
Wow, you sat there and did all the laps. How'd you feel when you finished?
I think I liked it.
You feel accomplished?
Probably not.
I'd do it for like a trophy nowadays. Preston do it for a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
So racing games are fun, I guess.
There ain't about a thing I wouldn't do for a trophy.
Yeah, I know.
Do it for the platinum.
Yeah. Hey, before we do our kind of like our goodbyes and our wrap up, pull up Twitter for a second, just read some of those tweets. Again, this is people that attempted to say hashtag asking, but they said ask IOG on accident. It's just hilarious.
How do they do ask IOG and they actually make the last 3 letters capital?
It's not capital.
It's not capital.
Oh, it counts both of them?
It's like a different hashtag, but we just happened to stumble across it and it was hilarious.
Okay.
It's not even like a hashtag either. It was just in there.
Right.
Just in their thing.
We'll call this we'll call these Ask IOG goofs.
This is Catalin, Catalin. That's not her like at. That's just what it was. She was like, nice Instagram tactic, but she spelled it TAVIC.
Oh.
I'm assuming she meant tactic. Asking people to caption your photos. Okay. This is from Rona. She said, did you ever finge, I'm assuming she meant find, Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played Girl Bunny? ...
That's from Wayne's World.
Neither did I. I was just asking.
Yeah, asking?
Why do people keep asking my dogs? Who's a good boy? My dog told me he thinks the question is... They completely butchered this word so much, I don't even know what it is.
That's the funniest part, is that if they're going to mess up asking, clearly they mess up the rest of the tweet too. It's like unlegible.
It's okay to tweet your blog posts, but try asking a question that leads readers, and instead of an A, they put like what grammatic symbol is that?
I don't know. These people are insane.
They put in just a random symbol instead of an A.
We'll call it quits there. These people are nuts.
We'll have more later.
It was pretty funny just to read all these random tweets that have not only make no sense because they're is it illegible, unlegible? But you can't. I'm just gonna
illegible.
Yeah, illegible. Yeah, but it can't be read. There's misspelling everything, and we just thought it was a pretty good laugh earlier, but I'm so tired it's not as funny now. But those people goofed on their tweets.
Thanks to the readers for asking a question to us.
Yes.
Thank you so
Definitely.
much.
Again, thank you to all who contribute towards adding the discussion, not only just in Twitter and Facebook and all that, but even in the comments below. I know I've said it a million times, but I have to remind you guys how much we appreciate the comments and the likes, because it keeps us encouraged, because this YouTube channel is, even though we only put out like 3 videos a week, it is hard when we all have full-time jobs, and like getting together for the podcast every week is a miracle, and I'm so glad we can continue to do it this long. And the fact that all of you are joining us through Spotify and Google Play or Audio Boom, and even right here on YouTube, if you're discovering us randomly, if you're new in the recent weeks or months, the fact that you take time out of your day or whatever you're doing to tune in and not only listen, but the fact that you enjoy it and chime in and like add to the conversation is awesome to us, because it keeps us encouraged as we continue on, because we have a lot going on in life and we all really love to do this. And the fact that you all contribute towards this channel and the content really means a lot to us. So I greatly appreciate all that. And that being said, I just want people to know that we definitely pour our heart and soul into all of our videos. And like, it's hard, like I said, just being busy with work all the time. But my dream, all my hopes and dreams, is that one day, somehow, some way, we can do this full time. Because I would love nothing more than to have a video to edit for this channel every single day, because I love doing it that much, because it combines all the things I love: audio, video games, and hanging out with my best friends. It's like, that's a dream come true to me. And I know every YouTuber says like, oh, I do this because I love it and blah, blah, blah. But I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, you guys are very much appreciated. And thank you so much for messaging us, all the kind words you have to say, and listening to us, and liking our videos, even if it is to just click on the video and like it for support. That still means something to me, so thank you. Just had to get that off my chest. Greatly appreciate it. Also, music, Kenny Arling did an incredible job with our channel music that we have for our intro that you heard at the beginning of this video or on this podcast, wherever you're listening. And that's the outro as well. And we use that in some of our videos now, and we absolutely love it. It's fantastic. That being said, if you were in the middle of working on music for us or have ever even considered it or heard us mention it before, we do love original music, and we're trying to stray away from using additional music from elsewhere because we don't get in trouble for the copyright. We do get like a mark that's like, this is copyrighted, just so you know, you're not in trouble, but we may have to put ads on your video or something, blah, blah, blah. We want to avoid that as much as possible. So if you are a creative person or you're a musician and you are at all inspired to write us something, even if it's like a short jingle, like we would love that. And if we enjoy it, we will pay you for it because we're looking to add more original music to our content and not only give ourselves more of an original brand, but, you know, support you guys as well and give you shout outs and support what you're doing in your endeavors. So I wanted to reiterate that if you have any interest in writing music for us, we'd greatly appreciate that. So it's my last plug for the evening.
Well said.
Absolutely. Thank you, Garrett.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That was the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast, the show where my two best friends and I get together every single week to discuss video games. Obviously, if you liked that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/itsobviousgaming. Leave us a like down below, and please join in the conversation down in the comments section, especially about your favorite games from Gamescom from this specific episode.
And your thoughts on Titanfall if you played it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we are on Spotify. We're on Spotify, right?
Yes. iTunes. I always forget to mention iTunes. iTunes is like the big one, and I always forget.
Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Audio Boom, and
YouTube.
And YouTube. Yeah, of course. Our home base is youtube.com/itsobviousgaming.
It is.
So if you're listening to us on anything else, know that you can come to our homeland.
Yes.
See our faces.
Become a native.
Yes. And
I don't know if you can become a native, but you can be among the natives.
Yeah, absolutely. Support us even more at our YouTube channel. And if you also listen to us on iTunes, please write a review for us so we can actually get a star rating or whatever. We don't have enough to accumulate a score yet.
We do not.
We do not.
I don't think we have any written reviews.
And I'm sure nobody's even done it. So thanks a lot, fans. But anyways, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. And like Garrett and his
my rant,
his speech at the end. Me and Jacob also
my Gettysburg Address
very much appreciate the support of the fans, and that's what keeps us going.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
So also, but gentlemen, it's been a pleasure tonight.
As always,
I look very much to playing Deus Ex and not seeing you all next week.
Amen.
So,
I'm excited to see what you
are you playing
think of it. Nah.
Okay, whatever, Jacob.
Jacob's too good for that crap.
I'm sure the audience is going to be
He's too good for a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he's too good. And Hooded Dude, I'm so jealous of you. I've been thinking about you every single day since you informed us that you got the game early. So I'm super jealous of you. Please teach us your ways.
Yeah. And do a live stream or a Let's Play, Felipe. I will
maybe
watch
he can't. Maybe there's embargo reasons. He don't want to get in trouble.
When the embargo lifts, please do so. I'd like to watch you in action.
But anyways, it's been a pleasure, and we will see you guys next week.
Absolutely. You guys have a good one.